I think Mars deserves to be up there.
You go ahead. You go ahead.
Oh, okay. After the all the back.
We got to switch it up halfway through, man.
Yeah, no
Switch
way.
it up.
Yo, YouTube eyeballs in the chat if you can see me and if you can see Player's Choice live and direct on your screen. 42 of you beautiful people already in here. What up? What
Let's
up?
go. Let's go. Oh shit, my bad.
Hello, Ron.
Ronald.
Ronald McDonald.
What's up, fellas?
What's good, Brody?
What's happening?
Hey, quick question for everybody. Who's getting cooked today?
You
You
mean on the show?
Yes.
Ron came in with the energy.
Hey, I
Ron,
never
if
said
you
I was the
get
chef.
cooked-
I just want to know who's getting cooked today.
I'm about to say, Ron, if you get cooked today, bro, I'm gonna go back to this.
It's fire.
I'm gonna bring this up.
Well, who's doing the cooking today so I can avoid him?
I don't know. We'll have to see. At the end of the episode, they'll let us know.
Fire.
They'll let us
Mars
know who
Mars got
wins.
that twinkle in his eye, man. You better stay away
I
from him.
can't find my
Mars has a
headphones,
cult.
bro.
I have found out that he has a cult. It's not
Yes.
even a following anymore.
How do I have a cult?
It's
The
a cult,
Discord
bro.
cult for sure.
Oh my god.
I don't know what you're talking about.
When y'all tell
Yes,
me
you
that-
do, Mars. Don't come on here.
Like,
Don't
it's-
come on here and be different in how you be in the chat. Don't do that. Speak your truth. We live
I
in
mean,
new ages.
I have some good Martians in Discord. I'll say that.
No, you have cultists. And it's
I would-
Maybe
wouldn't-
got
I
this
wouldn't
mic
say what
that I have for years, but I don't know how to set it up.
that's
Just gonna
that would
hold it.
actually be dope.
Hey, Dale, that jacket's heat too.
Thanks, you have it.
Fire.
It's TBT.
Let's see.
You playing this year?
I played last year, but yeah, we're gonna do the team again for my little man.
You doing the same
Nice.
same squad?
Yeah,
Okay.
probably different players, but same autism.
Yeah,
based on
yeah.
autism. Yeah.
That's what's up.
We should still be waiting on a guest. He should be hopefully joining us anytime. But hello and welcome to another episode of Player's Choice. Yo, we've got almost 900 people in the Discord now. It's just growing constantly every day, going crazy. The chat is lighting up 24/7, man. Make sure that if you're not in the Discord, you join that. 24/7 conversations. There's a debate room voice channel that everyone taps into, and they got drafts going. They got debates going all day. It's
How do I
live.
get into this situation?
I'll send you the link and I'll show you how to work it. And
Bro,
then
I'm telling you, Dell, you don't want to be in there, bro.
Nah, don't.
These guys sit here and tell me CJ McCollum is better than Donovan Mitchell. I don't even know what to say, bro. That's the
Oh,
craziest
somebody last
thing.
show tried to get me to answer that. Like they, added me in the chat, and I was just like, "Why? Why do you want to know that question?"
And
so bad?
it goes on all day.
It's
Yeah, I
pretty
mean,
active.
it goes
24
on.
hours is pretty
it
active.
goes on all day, every day. It's crazy. We got a super chat already. G baby. Shout out our guy, G baby. Karl Anthony Towns is the most unimpactful player in the league. Trash, horrendous, horrible. One of the worst players to ever play basketball.
Sheesh.
He put
He's not wrong.
Tell him how you really feel, G baby.
I don't agree with that.
Me either.
He's
Like
trolling.
Cat's a loser, but yeah, I keep saying, oh, he didn't show
I don't
up,
agree
he
with that
didn't-
one either.
People saying no, he's a loser. But people saying,
Doug,
oh, people saying, oh, he didn't show up. He got in foul trouble. I'm sorry, bro.
Yeah,
His fouls were his
You
problem.
know what I'm saying? Like as a basketball
They were
player,
avoidable fouls.
you said what?
I mean,
it's
sometimes
not,
you
though.
just out of sync too. You know what I mean?
Right,
And then you
right.
just
That
happen to make
that was
stupid
a bad-
mistakes like
no,
that.
that was a bad
I
game,
watched. I
bro.
watched him truck
No,
two
this is the
players and then
thing.
complain for an
You guys
offensive
are
foul.
blaming him for calling a foul like he went out there wanting to foul. That's what I can't agree with because sometimes the refs, the refs just be like, all right, I called one foul. It's all right, cool. That was a foul.
How many
Then you
shots did
pick
he
up
make?
two. He had 4 in the first half.
How many
But
shots?
they were
what,
all,
18
but
minutes?
they were fouls though. It's not like the refs were just giving.
No,
him
right.
fouls.
What I'm saying though is like, if you can't, I can't get mad for someone being in foul trouble. Like for, you know what I'm saying? Like he can't.
How many
like,
shots did he make?
He was
I
0 for
don't
7 in
know.
the first half, but
He was 0
you
for
could
7.
be out of
I know.
sync, though,
I
dog.
get.
But hold on, didn't
I'll
Trae
go-
have a crazy, terrible
good
first
off
half
that.
also?
Yeah,
but
I don't care.
Trae-
I'm
Trey's
good off
also
that.
not that guy, so that's irrelevant.
All right. I just wanted to, check your pulse for a second there.
Simple. I see your super chat, bro. We've been playing a little Apex these last couple days. I'm addicted again.
We
to
called
that
it
game.
dub, man. Me, Jay, and Simple. That was fire.
It was dope.
I felt like a new man.
It was dope. All right, man. We got a nice little show for you guys today. We're kicking it off with some TikToks.
What was Shaq trying to say?
He was trying to say have fun. He was trying to say have fun because he's not able to join today, but he might be tapped in the chat. He might be viewing. He's definitely watching the show. I'm sure of it.
How's everybody doing though, man? Dell, how you doing, bro?
Can't complain, brother.
Yeah. Ron, what's good, man?
And life is good. Everything.
I see you in a minute, Ron.
Yeah, I've been ducked off. I've been up in Seattle. Had a death in the family, so was tending to that. But it's always good to celebrate life and just be around family members. You guys is family too. It's always refreshing when I come up here, get with you guys. No matter how heated or intense the debate gets, or no matter how casual a take may be, I still love to be up here with you guys.
We love you, Ron.
Appreciate you, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Dub.
I'm very upset.
Hey, you guys, hey guys, Dub almost hung up on me yesterday. It was very disrespectful too.
Dub hung up on me yesterday.
Did he? Dub, were you drunk yesterday? Were you?
I don't know. Maybe I was.
Did you not get your alcohol yesterday?
I'm mad, bro. I'm just mad, bro. I told Euro about this before. I should have put the 4-game parlay in for the playing games, and I didn't. Maybe that's throwing me off, but that's just been leaving me pissed off. But if I did hang up on you guys, I apologize. I didn't mean for that. I thought the conversation was done, so I said, "Oh, I bet."
No, you didn't. I said something and you didn't like it.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I said I agreed that Joel Embiid was the second best scorer in the NBA, and you, yeah.
No. Oh, you said the second best player. You was being as nasty as Dell that day.
Well,
yeah, that's nasty, bro.
That's still.
So what's 1 and 2? KD and then Embiid?
Hold up, I want Dell to say this because Dell didn't even say this. And Jay, I want you to clip this. Dell, who is better, Giannis or Embiid?
What's Joel Embiid middle name? Because I want to say his full name when I say it.
Got you.
Go ahead, find that, please.
Got you. I'm looking for it right now.
Joel Embiid is better than Giannis.
Hans.
Joel
Hans Embiid is better than Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Yeah. Corey Douglas, thank you for the super chat. Aritro Anon says, y'all think Toronto can beat the 76ers?
I think that series goes to 6 or 7. Many people I've been talking to say 5 or Philly sweep. I don't believe that. I don't believe that one bit.
I'm right there.
I think it goes 6 or possibly 7.
6 and 6.
It depends on James Harden, really.
And then that's what I was about to say. Like,
if James Harden is James
gonna
Harden,
do whatever he wants, literally whatever he wants, like whatever he wants. But if James play, it could go 5. But if when I say play, it doesn't even mean him making shots, just assertive, like plays like he wants to play basketball. And I think it could be quicker.
Yeah, James Harden is really the X factor in that whole entire series.
The fact that you're saying James Harden is an X factor is crazy.
No, like, because that's really the key.
No,
and it's weird. Like, that's really the key in people's deciding factor. You just said 5 is James Harden plays to where James Harden.
Yeah, and it's crazy that I have to say that, right?
Yeah, Philly go as far as James Harden is willing to. Like, Embiid will be Embiid regardless. It's about what James Harden brings to Embiid's table, really.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, but do we all agree that that's Joel Embiid's team? Or do we still think it's 50-50? Because I remember after the trade, we were saying it's half and half.
Who's we? I've never said that.
I think we all knew that.
I came on the show and I was like, if this was 3 years ago and James went there,
I remember that.
Yeah, it's for sure Embiid's team.
Mars, I see you found a new hoodie in the closet.
Yeah, but then I nearly had to take it off because I spilled water. But luckily, you didn't see that on the screen. So.
I'm glad it wasn't juice.
Gosh. Yeah, I would have had to go back to the old black hoodie.
Hey Mars, what's going on in that Planet of the Years?
Everything's cool. Things are good. New inhabitants every day.
Okay.
That's still amazing.
Fire.
I'm sure life up there is so beautiful. You know, you don't have to deal with wars. You don't have to deal with, nonsense.
Oh, there's
all-
definitely
He's for sure
some
dealing
nonsense.
with wars and nonsense.
Okay.
I think I
Wow.
heard the craziest thing I ever heard today, but we'll keep that in. the
What was it?
Yeah.
No,
not
I
dealing
want to
with-
hear it.
You're not dealing with
I
wars,
was told that Steph Curry is the greatest scorer of all time and that he's a better scorer than Michael Jordan. So that was kind of crazy to me.
Was that from one of your Martians?
It was not from one of my Martians.
Who was it from?
I
Yes,
believe
it
he's. I
was,
believe.
Mars. You know
I
that was
actually-
from a Martian.
I could check where he is right now, but
If he's a
I be-
Steph
I
fan, he's
believe-
definitely a Martian.
I believe he's in Delaware, but I don't want to get that.
Oh,
He's just
really?
trying to conceal his identity. That's crazy.
I
That's why
would
they
like
do
to
that so
say
much.
this: ever since Mars got into the Discord, that thing has been jumping like through the
Mars
roof.
causes chaos in the Discord. It's
What do you mean
it's
cause
actually
chaos?
insane. Just he's in there saying crazy stuff constantly.
Open the fire, man.
He said, "What did you say?" He said,
Oh,
he said
yeah.
something literally before the shows, right before the show started. He said, "Someone over Trae Young." I forget who it was, but
I have a list. of
Matisse
players over
Thybulle
Trae Young.
over Trae Young. Can we please hear that?
Yeah, Matisse Thybulle better than Trae Young on a championship team. I'm taking Matisse Thybulle over Trae Young.
He's on a championship team.
Yeah, and I'm taking him on that team over Trae Young
Can
easily.
JD, you probably got to start, but what's your Trae Young beef like?
It's
I just
not
gotta
beef.
know.
It's just I think people think he's someone he's not. It's the similar. It's
No,
similar.
okay, what do they think he is?
Who, Thibault?
No,
Trae
I'm
Young,
not talking
they
about
think,
Matisse.
they think they think Trey's the number one option on a good team. He's not. For me, he's just a point guard who holds the ball the whole game, gets stats, and isn't going to lead to any winning at a high level. And I just don't think Trae Young is just anything. A lot of people say he is like a top 5 point guard. He's not that. He's the worst defender I've seen in the league in the last 10 years. So
Do you think he's
I don't see where
overrated
anyone
or
sees.
overhyped?
So what did you feel about what he did with last year, going to the Eastern Conference Final? That wasn't impressive?
I think it was cool. He beat the Knicks. Good on him. He beat the Sixers with a Joel Embiid with a torn meniscus. Good for him.
Well, you
And he
told me
lost.
your take.
Yeah,
on
like,
Trae
good.
Young
He
hasn't
beat-
changed from last year. So
It
what was
hasn't.
your
It was
take on
good for
Trae
him.
Young? And what was
I've
your
had the
Trae-
same opinion since he came into the league.
since he came into the league.
I think I get it now. You're a big Steph Curry fan, and you hated the fact that they were comparing Steph Curry in college to Trae Young. So I think that might be.
I
has
did
to be-
hate
that has
that,
to be
but
it.
that's
Yeah,
not
that
the
might
reason
be
why
a
I hate
distaste.
Trae.
Because based on everything I've heard you say before, I don't know you hate to be knocking Trae. He's not a selfish player. He's not, you know what I'm saying? He's like you saying he holds the ball. Most superstars does that. Like most superstars that we
Not
all
to
love
the,
on
the
this-
only not to the level of Trae Young.
Really?
I just think
Who
the
else
only
is
think
gonna-
James
the
does
only
it. I
person
think-
who's comparable to Trae in terms of how long they hold the ball is Luka.
Luka holds the ball. LeBron James holds the basketball.
You mean Trey is more of a black hole
Ron's
than
trying
anything?
to give our viewers a seizure.
Like if he has the ball,
Trey-
it's going up no matter what. Like if he gives it up and he gets it back, like that's it. Like
Trey,
he's the
Trey
one.
I
is
don't
a
think that
player
can-
who
he's the
does-
leader in
Trey
total
doesn't
points
fit
and
next to
total
other great.
assists.
Trey isn't someone you put onto a good team and he fits with other players. He's someone who
But-
needs. his
Oh, I
own
don't-
Time out, but
team.
Luka,
So he
but
wanna,
Luka
so
is
he
though.
wanna fit. So he
Yeah, and
wanna.
I
but
don't,
Luka
and
is, though.
I think the same thing about Luka. I just think
Okay.
Luka's a
All
better
right.
player than Trey.
So he
Okay.
But
wanna
it's the
fit next to
same
Giannis.
principle. So he'll fit next to a big.
You said
Oh,
he
so
wanna fit next
you're-
to any great player. Giannis
Did
is
you
a
say
great
this
player.
about LeBron James as well?
LeBron doesn't fit next to great players to the same level as a lot of superstars now.
Oh, okay. So you say the same about Trey for Braun.
Well, hold
Yeah.
on. What do you mean? What do you mean? Wait. So like, who does LeBron? Like, who's a superstar that fits with other superstars better outside of KD?
KD, Steph, Kawhi, Jokic, Giannis. They all fit better with other great players than guys like Trey, Luka.
Do you
is
really
the-
want to put Kawhi in that same mix?
I think Kawhi fits seamlessly next to a lot of superstars.
Who though? Because I wouldn't really say PG is a superstar like that.
I mean, I wouldn't either, but I'm just going based on
Who
their
else then?
play. No, he hasn't played next to superstars because he's
Oh,
been in
okay.
Toronto.
You just
But in terms
thinking
of his
like
play style, how I watch Kawhi play, I see his play style. He's not ball dominant. He's a great mid-range scorer. Those guys tend to fit next to other great players better than guys who
So
hold the
you
ball the
don't
whole
think
game.
that?
so
Trae
you
Young,
think so
you
hold
don't
on.
think that Trae Young and LeBron will be good together?
I would hate that. I think Trae Young is like Russell Westbrook who can shoot.
Nah, bro.
That's what Trae Young. That's what
I
Trae
just
Young.
gotta disagree. When you surround great players and put them on the same team, bro, together, you gotta understand. Like Trae Young's on the Hawks, and they don't really have a lot of ball handlers on the team besides him.
And that's
Like,
why
you want
he
Kevin.
gets
You
the-
want
and
Kevin.
That's why no. That's
You
why
want Kevin
Trae's
Herter
stats look
coming
the
up
way
with the
they
ball,
do.
making plays. No. So
That's
Trae
why
Young's
Trae's
having.
stats look how they do because he has
I'm
no one
not,
to hold
but
the
I
ball.
never brought up the stats. I never brought.
And that's
it
why
up.
he gets
I'm just
overrated.
saying. I'm just saying. You can't sit here and Trae Young has the ball in his hands. So since he has the ball in his hands a lot, he can't work it out with another superstar when the team is asking him to do that. I'm not going to
No,
negate him for that.
what I'm saying is the Trae Young that everyone sees, this 28 and 9, whatever he averages, it's a product of he's the only guy who holds the ball. He controls everything in the game. No one else does anything except catch the ball and shoot or put down lobs. You put him next to other great players, and now all of a sudden Trae Young doesn't look like the guy everyone's seeing now when he has the ball the whole game. He's not what everyone thinks he is. That's what I'm saying.
I think that's unfair, and also based on how you first you like. So how would Trae look with a CJ McCollum?
Like a worse Dame.
I see
Like
what
a
you're saying.
Like a worse version of Damian Lillard.
What's that? I don't know how to like. I'm trying to visualize, like 20 points. Like what was his numbers be? You think
He'll be like on Portland with CJ 25 and 9, something like that.
And
So
what's
that's
wrong
trash.
with 25 and 9?
25
Another star.
no 25 and 9 in the second round exit. That's what Trae Young will be next to CJ.
Okay, but he didn't have CJ McCollum last year, and he went to the Eastern Conference Finals.
Yeah, in the East, not the West, but so
And against the Knicks too. Let's
yeah,
not forget that.
Julius Randle was playing for the Hawks last season.
that's not his fault though?
Yeah, that's not his
No,
fault. I
of
said,
course
he
not.
beat-
But that's
he
what I
beat
was
what in
saying.
front of him.
That's
credit
what I
to
was
him.
saying. Like I agree with Mars, but I'm not 100% on, like jumping off the cliff when it comes to whatever he just said with all of that. What I'm saying is like I think Trae Young is overhyped. I don't think he's overrated, if that makes sense. So he he gets a lot of like, you know what I mean? Like people are praising him and stuff like that for things that is just like, dog, you not like that.
You guys are out of your mind if you say Trae's not like that. I want to know who do you put on the Hawks? Who do you drop in Atlanta and they average 29 and 9?
I'm
Luka.
so confused
And that's
too,
it.
Mars.
Who does that besides Luka?
Mars, I'm
Chris
so
Paul doesn't do that. John Morant doesn't do that because he's in that same situation. He doesn't average 29 and 9. Who else do you just drop right there and they average 29 and 9?
Is he not?
I'm trying to figure it out.
Is he not the ninth seed?
I don't care how empty it is.
Well, I do.
That's what
I
I'm
don't
saying.
care. I don't care
I
about
don't
that.
care
about standings right
But
now.
last
I
year
want
you
to
said-
talk about as
so
an
you
individual
can't
talent.
bring
Who
up
does that?
emptiness now? Because last year you said you didn't care either.
No, I said it was cool that he won the playoff series. Like, good on him. He beat the Knicks. He was meant to beat the Knicks. Well done.
Why you keep saying the Knicks only?
Yeah, and then he beat Philly. That's cool.
He wasn't meant to be the Knicks. The Knicks was the favorites.
The Knicks were the favorites.
Okay,
the Knicks
well,
were definitely
if
the
Julius
favorites.
Randle shooting 29%,
And they beat them in 5.
you're
The
meant
Knicks
to
have
beat the
home court
Knicks.
advantage.
If Julius Randle, your best player, shooting 29%, you're meant to beat the Knicks, regardless of who was favored going into the series. And then he beat Philly. That's cool. I mean, we know what was going on with Philly with Ben Simmons. Joel Embiid was hurt, but he beat Philly. He did what he's meant to do for his team, carry his team, even though he was terrible in Game 7. But that's neither here nor there. And then he lost. He wasn't meant to beat the Bucks. He lost. It's cool. He went to the conference finals. That's
Ron, would you start a championship franchise with Trae Young?
Who else is in the pool? He's not a bad piece to start with.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna say. Because
but he is no. That's why I put the championship on it. Of course, he's not a bad piece to start with when starting a franchise. That could be a successful team. But I'm saying is like, do you think you can win a championship with Trae Young?
Yeah,
as the main guy.
But no, wait, Euro, that
this
isn't
year
the
would be a
argument.
4th or 5th season.
That's my argument.
Yeah,
Trae
but
is
look at
not-
how
Trae
many
is not the
other
guy.
guys the
My
Lakers
argument
have.
has always been
Your-
Trae is not the guy
your
to fit onto a
argument is-
championship team. I've always said that.
No, Euro's talking about him being the main guy. That's what
Yeah.
you're
Okay.
saying.
Yeah.
You're saying just in general.
Yeah, Trae has to be the main guy.
A second
Trae
or
has
third
to be the
option.
main guy.
Trae
Okay.
Young cannot be a championship piece
No, he can't.
to like him and Giannis. I'm sorry,
No.
him and Giannis. That's a championship contending team.
Trey,
It's
Trey's
not.
It's a
one of the
championship
most
contender.
undefeated
No.
players in the NBA.
No, it's not.
Yes,
Trey's
yes.
one
You're
of the
not
most
gonna
not.
do
selfish
that.
players
It's
in the
not.
NBA.
You're
The
not
Bucks
gonna do
don't-
that.
Trey and Giannis is not a championship duo.
Mm-mm.
You guys,
I don't think so.
Yo, you guys are crazy. You
not.
guys are crazy.
They weren't a championship team without
Why would
Drew
they not
Holiday.
be?
and they got the best defensive point guard in the league, and that's what got them a ring. They were the best defensive team.
You're comparing Trae Young to Eric Bledsoe, and this is what you.
No, I'm talking about Drew Holiday as well.
Okay,
they were the best defensive team in the playoffs, and you replaced Drew with Trae Young.
Okay,
you're not winning.
And their offensive production will go up.
And their defense will fall off a cliff.
Yo,
and their defense will fall off.
I wouldn't say we'll fall off a cliff.
Okay, I will.
You do this with Trae Young. Of course, not every great defensive team, not all 5 players play defense. Like the Mavericks are a great defensive team, right? Luka Doncic doesn't play single-handedly one-on-one defense.
Yeah,
but the fact that they have great foundation, they can play defense. So y'all keep single out, oh, Trae doesn't play defense. But if he has a team, if you put Trae Young on the Detroit Pistons, that whole team still would play defense, not to the extent of they did, but they will still be a very good championship defensive team.
Okay,
so stop saying, because he can't play, like that just negates everything because he can't play. Steph Curry wasn't a great defender. The Warriors was top 2 when they was winning chips.
So can I ask a question? If we replace, let's say, Klay Thompson on the Warriors with someone who cannot shoot, does that offense not get mightily worse?
You're
saying because you replace offense with someone, of course it gets worse because they can't shoot at the level of Trae Young. But the whole team collectively,
the Warriors
not the same
offense.
Type of shooter
if you replace Klay Thompson,
percentage would be. Why does the Mavericks is a top 3 defensive team and Luka's there?
They're a great team defense. That is true.
My
point is, Trae Young and Drew Holiday, the gap on defense would be similar to Klay Thompson and Andre Roberson.
But if you replace Klay Thompson in offense, though?
I'll get to that. If you replace Klay Thompson with Andre Roberson on those Warriors teams, offense falls off a cliff. The same way I believe the Bucks defense with Trae Young instead of Drew Holiday would fall off a cliff. That's how big the gap is.
That's a nasty comparison. That's a nasty comparison.
That's a terrible comparison. You're basing the whole team defense based on schemes compared to a shooting percentage of a player.
It's not just shooting. It's about ability to shoot, threat to shoot, spacing the floor. It's the same thing with Trae Young.
It's still shooting.
You can't match up Hunt against the Bucks team right now. You can if you put Trae Young on that team. That makes their defense. You can't match up Hunt if you play Drew Holiday on the Bucks.
But on the offense, they'll be more dangerous because he's a better shooter and he creates more on offense better than Drew Holiday.
Yeah, you could say their offense will be better. I just don't think their offense gets better to the level of how much
I don't think the defense drops off.
Yeah, you don't think that.
The defense don't drop off that much of a cliff that you think.
To me, it does.
You also tell me the best defender on that team is Giannis.
He is.
Don't you? So if you still have the best defender with a great defensive scheme, Chris Middleton play defense, Bobby Portis, Brook Lopez affects the rim. Trae Young being there, of course it's lower, but it's still great defensive scheme. Is no team you gonna tell me from top to bottom, all 5 starting 5 plays defense?
I'm not saying they do, but replacing the best defensive point guard with the worst defensive point guard, that's a big drop.
But he's also one of the best offensive point guards, so it makes up for it.
And Drew Holiday isn't one of the worst offensive point guards. He's a good offensive point guard.
Offensive scheme in the NBA where, yo, let's go attack Trae one-on-one. That's not happening.
That's what the Warriors. That's what the Warriors had to do with Steph all the time because Steph used to get attacked.
Mars,
it'll be the same with Trae.
And
I know your point guard ahead of Trae.
Basically, Steph used to get attacked. You said, and they still was top 2.
I'm here for this, Ron.
Yeah, because Steph was actually capable at guarding people.
It's not. He tried to guard Trae Young.
No, he was capable. Trae doesn't try. He just stands there.
Come on. If you're on a team like that, everything changes, bro. Everything changes. Your mentality of playing defense, of everything. When you just have to focus in and buy into a system of defense, it's easy. Carmelo Anthony, who everyone said plays no defense, when they were playing the Lakers in the conference finals, Carmelo Anthony was battling and guarding Kobe Bryant very tough because it's different levels to when you want to do something. On the Hawks, no, he doesn't have to sit down and I'm doing everything.
So you think Trae could be a capable defender if he tried? Basically.
If he's on the Warriors with the Warriors beliefs, 100%.
Mars, let's get your list.
He's not going to be the best defender, but his effort's going to go up a lot.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, he might try
focus more on
defense. Still will be terrible.
I want to hear your point guards. I want to hear your point guards. I don't know how long this list is going to be, but I want to hear your point guards in front of Trae Young.
Yo,
well, Mars, I'm not gonna.
Mars, I put this on my. This is on my son. If you go past 5 point guards. I'm not. I'm
Mars,
gonna be where Shaq is.
Mars, you
And
don't.
I have my finger
I don't.
on the leave button right now.
I don't expect you to rank them. 1 through whatever. Just who is in front of. You don't.
I'm gonna say the point guards who I think are undebatably better than Trae Young. So I'm not gonna go through my whole list.
Yeah, of course.
So we got Steph, Luka, Ja, Kyrie, Dame. That's 5. Then we got
how many of those 5 plays defense?
Great question. Amazing.
No.
None of
Better
them.
than Trae is
All
the
of them.
actual question.
All of them are
But
better
it
doesn't
than
matter.
Trae.
Defense, you
But
don't
this
play
is what I'm
defense.
saying. They could
All
be
of them are
How
better
much
than
of them
Trae.
play defense?
To an all NBA level, none.
Keep
But
going.
all of them, if you could say all of them, it's not. I don't think Trae plays defense. But what you're saying is, if he's in a system that teaches defense and preaches defense, and he's a part of that cog, that he won't try and be physical.
Nate McMillan is a defensive coach.
His team, not him. He has to do every single thing. He has to do everything, literally everything. Before Jason Kidd got there, was anyone saying Luka plays defense? But his team scheme is now based on more defensively. Now everybody's not even bringing up Luka not playing defense because the surrounding parts are, and that's helping him. Oh, Luka, be in this position. Oh, this, oh, that. It's basketball. Trae's never going to be a Drew Holiday on defense, ever.
Yeah, I'm not expecting him to be.
But if he gets in a team with schemes that plays defense, bro, like, it'll be crazy. It'll be crazy.
You named
Tyler
5.
Hero plays
Hey,
no
hold on.
defense in
The Hawks
Miami.
don't play defense?
Tyler Hero plays no defense in Miami. 0. But he's on the court a lot. No one's attacking Tyler Hero.
We don't even realize it. When have we ever talked about Tyler Hero not playing
but Tyler Hero don't get the same type of praise that Trae does either, though.
It's not
They
about
try
the
to.
praise.
They
I'm just-
try to
we're
in
not
that
talking
bubble
about
or
the
whatever
praise
that
a
little
player
player front he
has so
had.
He can knock down something he does. Like I'm not saying Trae Young's a defender, but you're saying, oh, he would never be able or capable when he's on a winning championship thing is crazy. The fact that he made it to the Eastern Conference Finals last year, no matter you saying Embiid is hurt or Julius Randle not playing well, the fact that he played defense so bad and they won 5-1 and then they won 7 in Philadelphia with him still playing bad, why didn't the other team attack him? Because his defense was so bad.
I mean,
Why are
matchups.
they able to
Who was the guard?
It was Ben Simmons.
Okay, and RJ Barrett, no matter who the guard is.
And
why
this
are
is
they
and it's the
still
same Ben
attacking?
Simmons in the same series that refused to shoot a shot, right?
It was
a layup.
It was also who else was on Philly last year? He wasn't the only guard there. Ben Simmons didn't play 48 minutes.
He played.
Why? When Trae Young is guarding someone, they didn't use that to attack him because his defense is just so terrible that
Because you
he
have
can score
Joel
every
Embiid.
single time.
Because you have your
right.
best scorer is an interior scorer.
Mars, I
convinced
want you. Hold on.
it's
I want
2 point
Mars
guards
to
you're talking
about.
finish
He's
his
so
list.
bad at
Hold on.
defense, and that's a mismatch every time.
I want Mars to finish his list, and then Shaq has a question.
Okay, so I've named 5. I've got Darius Garland, LaMelo Ball, Jamal Murray when he's healthy. If we're calling
Just
James
made
Harden
Ron
a
leave,
point,
bro.
if we're calling James Harden a point guard, I have him over
Harden,
Trae
I'm
as
not
well.
mad.
So how many is that? 8, 9?
Like 8, yeah, 8 or 9 actually. Yeah, that might be. 9.
LaMelo's a no. Jamal's a no.
Yeah, that's cool.
So
I
you
got them
don't even have him
easily
top
over.
10.
LaMelo
Eh.
plays defense.
If I have to put him top 10, he can squeeze in at 10.
All right. Shaq wants to know who's having a better year, Kyrie or Trae?
I mean, Trae's played more games. So
Your answer is Trae Young because he's played more games.
yeah, but Kyrie's a better player. Easily.
That's-
All right, let's move on. Let's move on. Griff City donated through the super chat like 15 minutes ago. We saw it. It popped up. But he said, what's good, PC? Crazy take, Mars. Love is love. That goes back to the Thybulle over Trae Young. All right. I have a couple TikToks that I'll play. The first one, I'm not going to play the full thing because it's a long one, but I'm going to get to at least the initial point that Draymond's making. This is from Haley's TikTok. Out of my league.
By the way, a lot of people, I mean, there were people that said the Los Angeles Lakers was going to win a championship. If this is what you do, you say you're great and you're an expert analyst, and you picked the Los Angeles Lakers to win a championship, you kind of got to be fired. And somebody got to start holding people accountable.
Okay, essentially that's the essence of the clip. It goes on for a little bit longer, but the essence is he's saying that analysts, NBA analysts, need to be held more accountable for their takes, and I just wanted to hear your guys' thoughts on this.
I don't agree with that. Like, why? Like, you see something, you have LeBron James It just falls into a bad take. What accountability? You know what I'm saying? What happens? Okay, they made a bad take. Now what? They get fired? You know what I'm saying? It's like that. I don't get it. Like I don't get it at all. Like it's bad takes every single year. Like every single year is a bad take. So I don't get that. They made a bad take. It happened, but that's it.
That's crazy for Draymond to say that because he is working in media also, right? Like he's trying to get his foot in the door if it's not already in the door.
His foot's in the door.
Oh,
yeah.
there you go. Okay, so he knows exactly why that is a silly thing to say, even though, you know, because he's basing this off of his own metric or whatever. I understand where he's coming from. I kind of sort of agree with that, but that's not a reality. That's not going to happen because it's basically just an opinion. As long as your opinion isn't, you know, some crazy racist stuff that actually gets you canceled, you know, you can say whatever you want to say. And if it is controversial, the only thing that these big media houses really care about is the numbers. And if you say something controversial, guess what? People are going to react to it. It's going to be buzzing. It's going to be trending. That's all numbers on their side. So they're going to love it. They're going to more than likely promote you, if anything. You know what I mean? So, and he knows this.
So
we wouldn't know anything about controversial takes.
This doesn't make any sense to me because it's like what Euro said. If he's going to portray himself in the media and be this media analyst as well, what's going to happen later on down the road? You say a take that's completely wrong. You're going to want them to fire you. You know, it doesn't make sense.
The thing is, accountability to me is like, this is where I would agree with Draymond. If there's analysts out there and they are beating a dead horse when it comes to like a narrative about like cutting players down, like for example,
Skip Bayless.
I guess you can talk about skipping LeBron, you know, but you know, LeBron's not going to get canceled because his greatness is just all the way up there. But for example, Shaq and the Fool and JaVale McGee, right? That's a prime example. How JaVale McGee was suffering under the stereotypes that Shaq and the Fool, the show, the programming was putting out. And it only stopped because JaVale actually had to step. Matter of fact, if anybody's interested in this topic, like go look at the podcast that he did with, with Shannon, you know what I mean? Not to promote another podcast or whatever, but he had an interview with Shannon Sharp where they talked about that and how he was not getting jobs or not getting contracts or like the leash, you know what I mean? In terms of like freedom on the court was a lot shorter based on what these other coaches' perception of him was because of what the general image of JaVale was in the league, you know what I mean? So I think if you stopping somebody like that from getting bread, from getting minutes, from like flourishing, and it has no basis when it comes to the player's talent, I think that's wild. Like that shouldn't happen. And that's why you always say, like hear me say, I'm pro player. Like I will never go in on a player like that because people can lose their jobs off of that stuff. Like that ain't right. You know what I'm saying? So that's just me.
So your main message is attacking the players and making them worse than what they actually are, right? And that's something you don't agree with, and that they should be fired.
And to me, this is where the overhyping comes in too, because you can overhype a player and it'll have a negative effect on a player. Unrealistic expectations based on the talent that they have. And now we have somebody like, you know, and because we were talking about Trae Young, I don't like when people are saying, oh, he's this, and then he doesn't live up to expectations. And then all of a sudden, everybody's talking about Trae Young is trash. And I get looked at as the hater because I said, yo, stop overhyping this man. He's accurately like, you know what I mean? And so this is like a two-track lane now where it's like, okay, is he accurately hyped? Is he accurately rated? And then you get what I'm saying?
I want to ask you though, like, because Mars obviously said Trae Young's overrated. So how is Trae Young overhyped for your eyes? Because when I look at Trae Young, when I see Trae Young, and I believe a lot of people regard him as a top 5 point guard. That
right there is overhyped.
How is it overhyped?
That's overhyped because all of what he does, the way that he looks, you know what I'm saying? The flair that he brings, it's so marketable. It's so, you know what I mean? He's a favorite. He's also like the guy that you love to hate. That's something that works in his favor as well. You know, he's able to go to like New York, like the narrative that he just creates with his play and stuff like that is bigger than what his talent actually is able to bench press.
But Euro, no, he's creating that narrative because he's doing it in winning. He's not losing and they're giving him all this cachet. Trae Young got bigger because of what he did at the Garden. He got bigger because of him going to the Eastern Conference Finals. That's
right. And I give that to him. I give that to him. But that's one time though. Do you think off of this one time? That's cool. He's a young player. He's a young player.
Right.
I'm not saying that,
and
I'm not saying that he's overrated. I'm saying he's overhyped. Do you think that the hype that he gets matches his actual rating in the league? Like, and that's very easy. That's very easily to analyze. Do you think there's a player that's better than him in the same position that doesn't get as much hype as he does?
No, because
I don't.
We just went through the list. They had Ja, Kyrie, Dame, Luka, Steph. So all five of those guys is in conversation for top 5.
Right. And look at the thing. You think Ja is better, right?
I don't know that to be true yet. Because Ja is even younger. Huh?
Is he overhyped?
That's weird. To me, I'm not gonna just say that off of just a few games or one season, but this is something that has to fester. I think he has a lot of hype. Now we are gonna have to wait and see what he does with that.
So if it matches, if it's overhyped,
when he's getting praised for knocking out the Knicks that one time, and that's the only thing that people can go back to.
No, they come back to him going to the Eastern Conference Finals and losing in game 7 or 6 to the Bucks. That's what it's going back to.
Okay, that's one season. That's what I'm saying. That's one season. Like it's a one-off. It's a one-off right now.
How many years has he been in the league?
This is his fourth.
His 4th year.
So right now, that's what I'm saying. So I'm not saying he's overrated, but we have to wait a little bit longer to see if the hype that everybody's saying, oh, Trae is all this and that because he knocked off the Knicks and he knocked off
what will he have to do for the hype to match? I guess that's my question. Win a championship?
Not being a play-in. That's for one.
No. You're not going to do that. You're not going to do that.
Why?
I want to know why. And
why? They'll just gave him praise for going 7 games against the defending champions against the champions, eventual champions.
I went through the numbers between last year and this year with the Atlanta Hawks, and I checked this in the little group chat. The Hawks had a 56 win percentage. They were 41-31. This year, the Hawks, what are they? 42-39. Something like that. They have a 52 win percentage. That's not a crazy drop off, especially when you consider the fact that John Collins,
3 worst teams on the road.
John Collins, they are terrible on the road. I do know that. But John Collins missed 54. I mean, he only played 54 games. So the drop off, when you take that into account, where John Collins, he missed some games, and they only dropped off by a little bit. I'm not mad at the team.
Let me ask you this. Do you think there are other players? Because what I'm talking about is the principle, right? The phenomenon of overhyping players versus overrating players, right? Do you think there are other players in the league right now that have more hype than what their rating actually says?
I think it's players that have hype, that had a lot of hype and never did what Trae Young did. That's why him calling it overhype is crazy.
That just means that the other guys are overhyped too.
Lonzo Ball had a hella hype.
Overhyped.
He never did what you could say that, and I could agree with you. And he's 100%. He's never did what Trae Young did. Ever.
Lonzo for sure was overhyped.
Many other players that just give, like even right now, like Anthony Edwards came into the league. Ant-Man is nice, and everybody's giving him many hype.
And that's
do what Trae Young did.
But here's the thing, though. I think Ant is on the path to showing. Here's the thing: if he doesn't have like a crazy, like a drop-off season, because he's younger than Trae, right? So
it's only his second season,
right? So if we move this to his 4th year, where Trae is right now, right, and he's like this is why I don't like comparing. This is why I don't like. You have to wait. Like it's not the same for everybody. You know what I mean? It's not a cookie cutter like metric that you can just plug any player into and just say, you know what, this is accurate for everybody based off of this, because I think it has something to do with the franchises as well. I think you can't compare Trae's situation in Atlanta to Anthony Edwards' situation with the Timberwolves, because I think the Timberwolves aren't nearly as ambitious as the Atlanta Hawks.
But my thing is to test that is the fact that we're talking about the Atlanta Hawks is because of Trae Young.
We're talking about the Wolves because of Ant now too. Before we wasn't.
Even let's go to full team concept. Cat and Trae Young's never played with a player like Cat, has he? I don't think so. He's never played with Cat. Walked into an All-Star already being there, and then Patrick Beverly coming being the vocal leader or whatever the case may be. Trae Young, literally, he's rallying the troops. He's like, bro, that goes a long way. Trae Young had no. Imagine Trae Young and Cat. I think that's a better team. If Trae Young walks in,
I agree.
Like Cat is way in there in the East.
I agree, but now you're slipping into like thinking that I'm overrating. That I think Trae is overrated. I'm not saying he's overrated.
No. All I'm saying, the hype Trae Young is getting is because Trae Young came and he balled out, just like everybody.
Yeah, of course. That's the foundation for any hype. You have to do something. You have to show something in order to get the hype. What I'm saying is like,
think it's overhyped because he came and handled his business. Jason Tatum, when he came in the first 4 years of the league, winning and going to the playoffs, making whatever, showing what he could do.
Right, and then in the latter years, he's starting to pick it up. Just this season, now he's starting to pick it up because Jason Tatum had this hype, and then he plateaued, and everybody was like, "Yo, man, what's going on with Jason Tatum?" And now he's starting to pick it up, and people are like, "Okay, Jason's that guy again," type of stuff. But that's what I was talking about.
It's not. Okay,
I'm talking about with the hype. I'm talking about the hype.
Oh, the hype plateau.
Jason Tatum was overhyped for a minute.
No, Jason Tatum, everybody said this all the time when he was coming up. They said Jason Tatum is going to be dangerous. He's going to be one of those guys who's going to be balling the league. 4 years down the road.
They said that he was going to be the face of the league for a minute.
He was definitely overhyped. He was for sure overhyped.
They said
he still has a possibility.
He's of course. And just because you're overhyped now doesn't mean you're going to be overhyped tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying right now,
I'm good.
Or back in that time when people were saying like Jason Tatum was going to be the face of the league or whatever. That is way too early to even say that. Don't put that on him. It's the same way with like college players, for example, where like guys are talking about Chet Holmgren. He's the next KD. Don't do that to that man. You are overhyping him for no reason. That's to the detriment of that player.
I don't see anything wrong with somebody saying that Jason Tatum has the potential to be the best in the league. I don't see any issue with that.
All right. Moving on. Let's talk about some NBA playoffs, of course, because playoffs are among us. First, before I actually start asking these questions, do you guys consider play-ins playoffs?
No.
Yes.
I kind of do. I like it. I'm not gonna lie. Watching the Brooklyn game, even watching the game last night, it was a different feel. I thought the Charlotte was going to do more, but playing is a NCAA tournament type of feel, so I enjoy it.
So, and I asked this question because like their stats, and they were talking about this. I think Van Gundy and Mark Jackson, when they were commentating, they were talking about should these stats count towards the players' playoff stats. Or is this completely different and it's only playing stats? It's not regular season. It's not playoffs.
I think it should be separate, personally.
I think it should count. It's the start of the playoffs. They're fighting to get in. If they lose, they go home. I think it should count.
They got to create another thing because I don't know if it should count as playoffs, but I view it as playoff based on what it entails. It's like, like when we watch the NCAA tournament, right? The what is it? The first, you know what I'm saying? Like kind of like that feeling. That's still the tournament. They playing to get in that feeling, but they still, you know what I'm saying? They still did something enough to get in that field, and I view it as that.
Or first four out. I maybe
one of them, right?
Yeah.
But you get it.
Yeah.
Right.
All right. So
hey JD, hold up. Can we do the TikTok stitches?
You want to do the other one? I mean,
yeah.
Okay. There's only one more. The other one.
He must like the other one.
This one is from Fluent. Shaq's not here to defend himself, so.
I didn't even know who this was from. I just wanted
calling the 73-9 Warriors, who had the best regular season of all time, the best team of all time. Because if you don't win the ring, you don't get that crown.
Oh, I seen that. That makes no sense to me.
Go ahead.
No, that makes no sense to me.
How does that not make sense?
Did Shaq say that the Warriors was the best team?
He said the best team of all time. He said He said LeBron came back 3-1 on the best team of all time.
Oh, that's what he said. Oh, never mind. Ugh. Oh, that's gross.
You guys know, like last night, Steph was on. I think it was either last night or the night before. Steph was on the podcast with Draymond's podcast, and they alluded to this. Draymond said, I'm not going to quote him word for word, but he basically said that he's tired of people saying that that's not the best team of all time. He said, we're the best team of all time. And Steph basically just said, I concur. where that team during the 73-9 year was the best team, no matter if they lost or not.
And
That makes no
also,
sense to me.
and also, they of course they're the best team until LeBron beats them. So like they are the best team as they're playing them because they went 73-9.
He had the best record.
He had to beat him in order for them not to be the best team no more. So he beat the best team of all time. That's the argument.
So you agree that that's the best team of all time?
No, but the logic behind it makes sense.
Oh, the logic is saying
had
the best team
record.
with the regular season record. Oh, okay, I see what you're saying in that regard.
It's the best team, period.
But then I would ask them if they won 61 wins that year and then won the championship, what team would they consider better?
They did that.
Maybe
Dale, they did that next year, and they had KD. And we can all say that if you take that roster, replace Harrison Barnes with KD, that's a better team.
It is a better team.
It's a way better team.
But they had less wins. So.
Yeah, but they have the best record. They have the best record, but that's not the best team of all time.
Right. I don't agree that 73-9 is the best team. When they lost the championship, that negates that for me personally. That negated the wholehearted. This is what I'm saying. Like a team could be number one all year, then they go to the playoffs and then they lose. The Dallas Mavericks, I think the Dallas Mavericks, Dirk won the MVP. They lost, what was that, first round to We Believe team? James?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now it's like, damn, y'all just had a great run, and now it's for what? Like the last time the Knicks made the finals, there was an 8th seed. They made the finals as an 8th seed.
I'm not a big fan. I'm not a big fan of saying your record automatically puts you as the greatest. But
I agree with that.
Shaq was in his bag about the Dirk versus LeBron finals. I remember that. You guys are nasty, by the way.
All right, I'm going to ask each panelist. I have a list of questions. This is playoff edition questions. We're going to go one by one, each question. You're going to give me your answer. I'm going to start with you, Dub. Over the entirety of the playoffs, which player in the Eastern Conference will impact their team the most?
KD.
Western Conference.
Is Curry playing in round one?
I think they said that he is.
He's on track for game one.
Man.
But this is over the entire playoffs.
Yeah. I'll go Devin Booker.
Dell, Eastern Conference and then Western Conference.
That impacts their team.
Who's going to have the most, will impact their team the most in these playoffs?
James Harden. West. Draymond Green.
Ron.
East. I'm gonna just start this now. Bucks and 6, and it's Giannis. Just get used to it. Bucks and 6. I'm gonna be saying this until late June, and then on the West, I'm gonna agree, Dub. I'm gonna go Devin Booker.
Euro.
Tatum in the East, and Jokic in the West.
Mars.
Giannis and Steph.
You guys want to discuss that at all?
I think it's a hard question. I'm not mad at anybody's answers.
All right. Yeah. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I'm not
but what's your criteria though? Like, what made you choose?
Good question.
Those guys.
I choose James because for Philly to be anything and for the long haul of the like the duration of the playoffs, it's predicated mainly on James Harden. I couldn't pick KD because I really feel KD's gonna always be KD unless he gets hurt.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Giannis is, people say, oh, Giannis do this, Giannis do that. Giannis' numbers is solidified. No matter what happens, no matter, he walk into the game, you could write 30 down and write 11, 12 rebounds. It's going to be there. Of course, you can lose, but a person like James Harden, where there like it's questions on how he's going to be, I think that's a bigger impact, not knowing what the hell is going to happen walking into the building, other than something you damn near probably could guarantee. So
isn't that more of an X factor than a more impact?
That's for me. It's an impact. Like the impact. Like the X factor is the biggest impact.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
So to that point, I feel like, because I want to ask you, Ron.
What's up?
What about Chris Middleton on the Bucks?
Well, I mean, Giannis's load's a lot bigger. His load's a lot bigger than Chris Middleton, so I think he does more on a night-to-night basis. Now, if we're asking who's the X factor, because we asked over the entirety of the playoffs which player will impact this team most, Giannis impacts more categories than Chris Middleton. But if we're asking who's the X factor, then that's when we start talking Middleton.
No, see, when you pick Giannis, and say if I were to pick Chris, I would argue that if Chris Middleton play his best game, there's no way I could see the Bucks losing. You see what I'm saying? Of course, you can look at it, but his impact, because we asking this question thinking that they're gonna play their best game every time. You know what I'm saying? Their impact is gonna be felt.
I'm more so keeping it realistic though. I think in a 7-game series, Chris Middleton plays his best game 3 to 4 games, and then he's gonna have 3 games where it's like Chris wasn't really here tonight.
Yeah,
I'm not mad at your response.
Y'all could be out of there.
I'm not mad at the response.
Yeah, but Giannis, but see, that's what I'm saying. Chris has to play his best.
I don't think it's no wrong answers though.
Yeah.
I don't think this one is no wrong answers.
I picked KD. I picked KD because, and Mars alluded to this. I don't see Brooklyn. It's like what Ron's saying. I don't see Brooklyn being in the position if Kevin Durant is not Kevin Durant, especially the way that he was playing against the Cavs. Mars, we was watching the little thing together. Mars was saying, this is the best defense I've ever seen Kevin Durant play in his entire life. Oh my goodness. That's exactly what he said. So KD, bro, being KD, bro, to me, that's just, they need Kevin Durant on Brooklyn to be Kevin Durant. And that's why I picked KD.
All right.
Hey, did you guys like all these playing games? Did you guys think they were all fire so far?
I hated the Spurs Pelicans game.
Yeah,
I hated both
like
9-10s. I hated both 9-10s, to be honest.
Atlanta game was good.
Spurs Pelicans. CJ wasn't his duffel.
CJ
Timberwolves game was great.
Him and Brandon, no. Him and Ingram.
All right, Dub. Dark horse player. Who's going to have a breakout performance in both conference, East and then West?
Oh. Breakout.
I like this one.
East. You know who I'm going to go for the East. Tyler Hero.
Oh my God. Okay.
West. I don't know if this would be considered a breakout, but for me, like Devin Booker, I think Devin Booker is quite possibly he's going to elevate his game to a status that not a lot of people believe that he really had. So to me, for him, it's like, I don't know if that's really like a dark horse, but I really think like Devin Booker is going to be on one in this playoff series. So, I mean, I don't know where to go with that, but.
All right. Del?
Yeah.
Well, if they win and get to the playoffs, I'll take Trae Young. I know they got a tough game versus Cleveland, but if they win, I'll take Trae Young. But he broke out last year, but just because of everything we just talked about, I feel like picking Trae Young again. And for the West, I like Paul George.
Yo, but isn't a breakout someone like that you don't expect?
So
like Trae, like we expect that from him. Like he's supposed to do that. He's the guy on the team.
This is the thing with these questions, and when I heard it, it was you want to pick someone from like a. I don't want to pick someone from Brooklyn because I don't want to pick a player from like a team that possibly could lose could just be in and out. So I just picked Trae because when we talked about Trae, I feel like Trae could really step on throats and make everything loud. Just like
no question, but that's expected of him.
Here's how I'm looking at it. So like 76ers,
it's not
for example.
Against him if he's going against Miami Heat.
76ers, for example.
So he's expected to fold against them like that?
Not fold, but when I say breakout, I think go in there and take it to 6-7 games. I expect Trae like that. That's
okay. We talking like what a player brings in order to like make the team like actually win.
Relevant,
like,
to make them relevant.
Okay. I thought we talking like individual performance.
Yeah, the way that I'm looking at dark horse, you're not necessarily you're definitely not looking at superstar. So like for 76ers, for example, they could get bounced. They could get bounced early. Like they're really being looked at like, oh, this team might not really have what it takes. So I'm looking at someone like a Tyrese Maxey It's like
Okay,
a
Yes,
dark horse.
yes.
Is like
I got you.
he could
Okay, I
really
got you.
perform and actually help the 76ers get
All
to
right,
where they
bet.
need to.
So I'll answer again, those. Okay, I'll answer again. I'll look at for the West. I'll go Jordan Poole,
Yeah.
West Jordan Poole, and for the East, let's see, Fred VanVleet.
Yo, Shaq said, if Dub can name 3 players from every NBA team, I would be floored. Ron, who are your dark horses?
My dark horse in the East, I'm gonna go, and they very well could lose in the first round, but I think Jaylen Brown is going to go crazy.
I like Jaylen Brown.
I got, a lot of people don't really, talk too much about Jaylen, but I think Jaylen has a possibility to go bonkers. And then on the
I
West,
don't know about that statement, but okay, Ron. No one talks about Jaylen Brown. Go on.
I mean, we talk about him, but we don't talk about him in terms of like, everybody up here.
I don't know.
Wait, I
know.
talked about Jaylen Brown and Tatum a lot, and you and Shaq said Zach LaVine and DeRozan was way better.
I don't know if I said way better, but you remember in the beginning of the year, I was showing Jaylen Brown love. I said Jaylen Brown's a top 5 shooting guard.
You did say that. I
And
remember
so,
that.
I think he's going to kind of prove that right now. And keep in mind, they're the number 2 team in the East. So, like, his team's been winning. He's had a 50-point game. He's had a 48-point game. He's averaging, I think, like 24 in whatever. So, like, he's still having a good year, but I think he possibly steps it up another level against the Nets. They might lose in 6 or 7, but I think he's going to go out shooting.
Fair. Okay, Western Conference.
On the West, I'm going to go with, I'm at a toss-up between Desmond Bane and Dylan Brooks, but I think one of them two for the Grizzlies is going to really, kind of put people on notice that we're really contenders. But I'm going to just go Dylan Brooks.
You said we?
No, well, like, I'm talking from their perspective. I'm not a
Okay,
Grizzlies.
I'm about to say, I know you got a Memphis shirt on.
Nah. If I put a Memphis shirt on right now, y'all could get on me about being the biggest
Puts on a Desmond Bane jersey. Euro.
I like Bruce Brown in the East, to be honest.
Nice.
That's a good pick. That's a great pick, Euro. That's a
because when I look at him, he has been doing it for a minute.
Yeah,
in the regular season, and they need him. So they need him to do that, to be that. That's why I chose him. In the West, similar guy, Bridges for the Suns. He's been doing it in the regular season too. And I think he just needs to show that he can do it on the big stage too, man, which I have 100% confidence that he will. So
nice.
Mars. I have a couple players in the West, but I'll say Jalen Brunson on the Mavs. I think with Luka out, I think he's gonna, however long Luka's out, he's gonna step up and show that he's really a starting point guard in this league. And in the West, in the East, I might go, if the Cavs make it, Darius Garland. I think he can really push Miami in terms of maybe not win the series or whatever, but he's going to be a tough cover if he gets through that play.
You think Garland is better than Trae Young?
Bro,
yes.
I know it was one game, playing game. I'm just looking at Darius Garland like I just don't think he has the experience yet. But maybe that's why you could look at him like a dark horse. So, Dub, player who will be the biggest disappointment during these playoffs?
That's a tough question.
It is nasty. It's nasty. I'm looking
said
at
who could be.
superstars here.
Like this isn't
right.
This
I'm
isn't
looking at
like
a
who I
James
think.
Harden here.
And that's exactly what I was about to say.
Yeah.
And this isn't meant to necessarily be like nasty,
No,
but if they
no.
don't play to where they should be expected, it's going to be
I'm gonna say some wild stuff. I'm gonna say Giannis. I hear all this talk about Giannis being the best player in the world. I hear all this talk about Giannis this, Giannis that. If Giannis don't beat Brooklyn, for all you Giannis stans and Giannis best player in the world, that'll be very disappointing for you guys.
Brooklyn have to get out of the first round.
That they could definitely. What was for the West?
Yep.
Disappointing.
Giannis pick is crazy.
I know it is.
Ridiculous.
Disappointing. Ja Morant. If Ja Morant doesn't excel in the playoffs, there could be a narrative that he was really brought there because of his team and not because of his talents. Not saying that
I
that's
like
my
that.
take.
No, I like that pick, Dub, because I think that will be the narrative if they get
Okay.
bounced. That's not a
And
bad
he
pick.
doesn't play well. So that's John Morant and Giannis.
Right. Dell.
I'm gonna go West first, but it's easy for me in the West. It's Chris Paul in the West, without a doubt. And the East, for me personally, I'll be disappointed in KD if they don't go as far as I think they could go. So that's just me personally, because I put them on this pedestal, and I know it's more things to basketball, like coaching continuity. No matter what, though, I think you're that good. You're that dude, basically. And so I'm gonna go there. I'm gonna go with KD. I'll be more disappointed in him if he don't get to where I think they could go.
G baby with some more cat slander, donating through the super chat, said Karl Anthony Towns will for sure be the biggest disappointment again, like without question. Got shut down by Capella last game. He was there.
Oh, he was there.
I agree, G baby. So you took my answer.
Ron.
I'm gonna start within the West, and it's kind of a curveball, so I got to back up just in case y'all are like, yo, that's kind of nasty. But I'm gonna say Luka, only because
Fair.
If he doesn't play, it's kind of like, damn, you know. And if he only plays 2 games, then it's like, you know.
I don't think you could blame any Luka regardless. I don't think Luka plays until like game 4 or 5, maybe.
Yeah, so it's more so like we're just disappointed that you're not here. We can't watch.
Oh, okay.
What's his issue?
Calf strain. Same calf strain.
Right.
Yeah, it's that's one of the toughest things.
Man.
And you lose all explosiveness.
Yeah,
like
not that he had much, but
I mean, but that's tough, man. If you go from 12% to 0, that's
for sure. Ron, Eastern Conference.
You guys know who I'm absolutely going with in the East, and
James
I'm
Harden.
like, when we see you do it time after time, it's like, my guy, James. I don't want you to be a disappointment because I really like Philly. Now, Dale, when I say we with Philly, I rock with Philly like that. I've been a Philly fan for the last 3 years, but I just don't. I think it's a good chance that James underperforms only because we've seen him do it before. Now, I hope he balls out. I hope James gets back to his old self. I hope we get 30 and 12s, but I don't know. It's just he got a track record of not showing up when it's time to show up.
Euro, did I start with you? Am I tripping?
No, you skipped me.
Yeah, go.
In the East, I got James Harden as well. You know, I've been saying this. A ring needs to be in his immediate future. So if he doesn't get that done, he's been skipping, you know, trying to make it work with a lot of different teams. He's got a decent one now, and he's got Joel Embiid. So I think he definitely needs to make something shake. If he doesn't, that'll be a disappointment for me. In the West, similar situation with CP3. Of course, you know, he's had injuries to kind of, you know, prevent him from getting it done. But they're looking good now. He's looking decent. I don't think he's facing any crazy injuries outside of he had a thumb, right?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Still, if he's healthy and he can play, like I'm tired of like hearing after they got eliminated, like a couple of weeks after, it's like, oh yeah, I couldn't dribble. Like, just get it done, bro.
Hey, Euro, is this Chris Paul and James Harden's last chances? Like after this, is it just kind of like?
Being the guy for Chris Paul, being like the main guy for sure. I think Chris Paul can still be the vet on the team that like really, really like, for example, Darius Garland, right? If they somehow find the same like team somewhere like in the, you know, NBA world or whatever, and like coaching him, teaching him like all the ropes or whatever, like I think he can contribute and get a ring with whatever team, whatever, you know what I mean? I think he can get a ring like that. But right now, like playing, if this is not the year for him, it'll be tough. I wouldn't rule it out, but I wouldn't put my chips on that. And with James Harden, same thing. I think his main enemy is his patience. He has no patience with teams. And so if it's not working, if he has an inkling that it's not going to work, he's jumping ship and he's trying to find a better situation. So
yeah, patience with the Rockets though.
Yeah, but he had, but that's his home. You know, like he wanted to stay. Like, you know what I mean? Like he was enjoying life as much as he did basketball. You get what I'm saying? Like if he's not happy in like New York, is he going to be happy in Philly like that, like he would be with Houston? Like I can see James Harden going back if Houston gets their finances in order. I can see him go back.
It wasn't finances that made him left.
No. That's not what I'm saying.
Coach next year.
That's not what I'm saying. But they are carrying a bunch of contracts right now, aren't they? Like with the right, like they stressed out with
only John Wall.
Yeah, I mean, but what I'm saying is, like, in order to bring James Harden back, they would have to make some moves, like major moves, and then they would have to like try to get a team together for James Harden to be like, "Yo, I need this in order to compete." You see what I'm saying? I'm not saying that he's going to go there just to like, be back with Houston, to win a chip or whatever. But I'm saying that towards the end of his career, I can see him go back there and just ride it out off into the sunset with Houston. That's what I meant.
Mars.
In the West, I'm going to go Donovan Mitchell. I think we're going to see that what's going on in Utah isn't going to work with him and Rudy. People are going to be saying one of them needs to get traded, both of them need to get traded.
Mars,
I think.
Don't say this about the East either. You better not. I will leave the show indefinitely.
I mean, he's not going to be disappointed in the East because I expect nothing from him. So that's the same. That's the same reason I didn't. That's the same reason I didn't say Cat in the West. So in the East, I'm gonna say Jimmy Butler. I think what he did in the bubble, people still hold him to that standard of he can be the best player on the team that goes to the finals. I think we're gonna see in this postseason that he's just not that level of player, which I won't hold against him, but I think it will be disappointing for quite a few people.
Dub, most underrated team in the Eastern Conference playoffs.
Brooklyn.
Western.
No. My bad. Sorry. Miami.
Western Conference.
Phoenix is a favorite. I guess no. Memphis is a favorite. I don't know.
I got two teams.
If Luke is healthy, Dallas.
Yeah, I got
but
Dallas.
He's not
and
even
Nuggets.
gonna be healthy. Yeah.
Dell.
I'm gonna go Brooklyn. Everybody down in my boys. I have them as favorite, but to the world, they're for sure a very underrated team right now. I believe everyone think they're losing to the Celtics, right? On this,
a lot of people.
Yes,
a lot of people.
I do.
Mars.
I think it's just me that has them losing.
Shaq.
No, Shaq for sure. I think Ron, you too, right?
I'm like 55 Brooklyn, 45 Celtics, because it's KD and Kyrie.
That's the most difficult series for me to pick
crazy.
either or.
So I'm gonna say they're underrated right now as a 7 seed. And, I watch a lot of sports shows. No one had them except Stephen A. Smith. No one.
And that's crazy though, Dale.
Yeah, right.
Brooklyn's underdogs or anything like that. It's insane.
So
that's where the numbers don't match up with actually what's going on the court.
Yeah,
that's a prime example.
And for the West, I'll say I have them coming out the West, so I'm gonna just go with them too. Underrated to the world. I'll say the Warriors.
Ron.
I'm gonna go with the Raptors. I think the Raptors have a legit chance to beat the 76ers.
That's a good pick too, Ron.
I don't think they will, but the Raptors really got pieces where if they all gel together. When's the last time we talked about Pascal Siakam?
Probably the beginning of when Players' Choice Inception.
Shaq said that Pascal wasn't that good.
Pascal should be all NBA.
Shaq is not big on the Pascal train.
He should not.
He should not be on the Pascal train. If he comes back on the show, oh yeah, I was saying all year that Pascal was this guy.
He's not. He's not a Pascal fan. Western Conference, Ron.
Western, I'm gonna go with my Western pick's kind of nasty, but I think they got action. I think they have a chance to win this series. I'm gonna go with the Timberwolves.
Yuck.
It's nasty, but you see what D'Lo can do. We all know Anthony Edwards can ball. And if Karl Anthony Towns just stops acting light-skinned for 4 games, they got a chance to win.
That series will not see 6 games.
I don't know. See, I think you guys we'll get to the
Who
next.
Who they face it again?
It's the Grizzlies Timberwolves. It's either going to be a sweep or 5 games. But to me, Euro.
In the East, I got Brooklyn too, for obvious reasons. They in the play-in, and they shouldn't be. In the West, not because it's my underdog, but I'm gonna go with the Jazz because nobody's talking about them. Nobody. So
Good
Yeah, they
reason.
have very low expectations. Mars.
I mean, well, everyone said the Nets, so I'm gonna say Boston in the East because I think we shouldn't be talking about a 2-7 matchup this much. I think Boston have showed this season that they are one of the favorites in the East, and I think for them to be getting compared to a team that hasn't done anything all season is kind of disrespectful to what they've done.
They were
And
number
But
one
do
in
you
the
think they're
East.
talking about it because of they're the 2 seed or just because of all the stuff the Nets
I think they're talking about it because the Nets have KD and Kyrie, and people think that's enough to overcome everything Boston have done, which means I think Boston are underrated.
But okay, you're putting contacts in for one team, but taking the contacts out of other. If the Brooklyn Nets,
the Nets were favored going into the year,
right? And KD got hurt and all, so
Mhm.
they're 7 seed because of circumstances. That's literally the only reason they're being talked about.
Yeah, I agree. The Nets shouldn't have been a 7 seed, but considering what's gone on this season, I think personally it's disrespectful to be saying the Nets going into the series. For some people, they're favored. I think that's crazy.
Why? Because they're a 7 seed.
Because I think Boston have shown they're just a better team.
But okay, we had this. You helped me out with this. You did. And
The win percentage thing.
So
yeah, when KD plays,
when KD plays, they're a top 3 team in the NBA record wise, and they'll be up there where your Boston is at. So that doesn't help in your based on what you're saying.
That's cool. I think Boston have shown throughout 82 games. Well, maybe not 82 because they started off
exactly.
terribly.
I'm about to say slow down.
Yeah, maybe not 82. They started off terribly, but what Boston have shown, especially
after the All-Star break,
it's been before that. I'll say since New Year, since New Year's, I'd say because they started off 21 and 22 or something like that.
Since January.
Who's your Western Conference underrated team?
In the West, I'm saying the Warriors. I think we are the best team in the West if Steph's healthy, and I think we'll probably go to the finals. And I think a lot of people are just saying it's Phoenix, maybe Memphis. So I think we're getting overlooked.
Dub, most overrated team in each conference.
Milwaukee.
Okay. West.
Memphis.
Still.
Most overrated team in the East. I hate to say this. I'm gonna go with Philly.
Not mad at it.
Philly. And on the West, I'm gonna go with Memphis. Easily.
Ron.
Hey Dub, you know what this means?
Y'all overrated as hell.
And what are you guys?
We're not overrated. Nobody even counts as the champs.
You're the number 1 seed.
What does that mean? We're the number 1 seed.
You're the number 1 seed, and you're really like the number 9 seed for real.
And you see, you guys is nasty, bro.
but to answer the question,
who's the Bucks play first round?
Chicago.
Like this is my thing. I don't honestly. I'm so sorry. Like you guys may call me biased. I don't see you guys beating Miami. I don't see if Brooklyn plays like Brooklyn, that me and Kevin Durant know what Kyrie Irving and KD could play. I don't see them beating them either. I just don't see it, bro. I'm sorry, guys. I know y'all like him. You like Giannis, that little ring he had. It was great. I like
a little ring too. He said.
That ring he had. I liked it too. It was very emotional. I loved it. You ain't doing with a super team. That's great. But come on, bro.
And
Your Giannis takes sound like my Trae Young takes.
And who do you guys beat? You guys beat Brooklyn, huh? You guys just
I'm scared of Brooklyn. I tell y'all I'm afraid of Brooklyn. I always own up to that. Brooklyn scares me. Shoot, I don't want to face them.
Ron, are you picking the Heat as the most overrated team in the East?
Yes.
Okay, who's your Western team?
West, I'm gonna go with the team that I just said that the Grizzlies are or that the Wolves are facing. The Grizzlies. I think it was a great regular season, but I don't think they're battle tested like that, and they're ready to really get down and make a playoff run. It looks good. It sounds good. I don't think the Grizzlies are gonna make that much noise in the playoffs.
Euro. I disagree.
Same.
Wow, Mars.
In the East, I would say Philly, but I don't think anyone respects them. So I'm gonna say Brooklyn. I think they're the most overrated team. And in the West, I'm gonna say Memphis.
Wow, Memphis.
Brooklyn because why?
Because, like I said, people are saying that the Nets and Celtics is going to be a close series. I don't think it will be. So I think the Nets will be an overrated.
You think the Celtics are going to swallow them up? Pause.
I think it will be pretty routine.
Why
for
couldn't
Boston.
you just say Zach?
Wow.
No, because they won't
said routine.
they won't sweep. I mean, if Celtics won in 5, I would not be surprised.
But if Brooklyn win in 5, you'll be surprised.
I'd be very surprised.
Why is that though? I'll just
because
based
I
on
mean,
all the
Robert
numbers
Williams
you
being
say,
out.
this is
Robert
why I
Williams
don't
being out is
understand
kind
it.
of
Based on
concerning.
how you love numbers, I don't get it. That's what I don't get. Based on how you love the numbers is what I don't understand.
As in, the team's good when KD's there. So
Yes.
I mean, that's cool. I mean,
No,
Boston,
it's not supposed to be.
yeah.
Cool. That's
The
your
Nets are
premises for
the Nets are
everybody being a good team.
the Nets are good with KD. Boston also
They're not good. They're great.
Yeah, cool. Boston since New Year have been the second best offense and the best defense in the league, and that's 4 months. And I buy that more than the Nets being the top 3 team with KD personally. And I think Boston are going to show, even without Robert Williams being out, maybe the series goes 6 instead of 5.
Do we know when he's supposed to be back?
Second round, I heard.
Okay.
I think he's playing this series.
I think he don't play at all. I think
I don't think he plays, but I'd like to see him back.
My ties
So you
on the
think
beat.
Boston's winning in 5?
If I had to bet, I'd say 6, but I wouldn't be surprised if it was 5.
Don't bet.
I'm not going to bet. I don't gamble.
There's a good reason you shouldn't.
All right, I want to go around and I want to get everyone's end of the regular season awards. MVP, MIP, Defensive Player, Rookie of the Year. Dub, we're going to start with you.
MVP? I want to give it to, I know it's going to go to Jokic, but I would give it to Giannis.
Dell?
Embiid.
Ron?
Dub, you'll give it to Giannis?
I don't hate Giannis. I just hate you guys.
So you're basically saying Giannis is weak to get at us.
I didn't say Giannis is weak.
He always said Giannis is good. He said that. He never said Giannis is weak.
He's
I've
top
never heard him
2
say
and
that.
he's number 2.
But he'll just be a disappointment in the playoffs.
That's for you guys. He wouldn't be a disappointment for me. But for all you Giannis fans
you
out
answered
there,
Giannis for disappointment.
I said for people who regard Giannis as the best player in the world, as word for word, I said that would be very disappointing for him to not beat Brooklyn.
But for you, it's just proving you right.
To me, yeah. Yeah. So it is what it is.
Really quick, Mozilla donated through the super chat, said, my wife says hi, and where's big head guy top right? Pretty sure he meant top left, but
who's top left right now?
Dub got the top left spot today after all the protesting that happened last time I put Mars top left when Shaq was gone. Ron, did you give your MVP?
Crazy, Mars. I really think you're more suitable to be top left.
You
want to switch up now? That's crazy, Ron. We have a whole show together.
But you're supposed to be
together.
Yeah.
You know what, Ron? Here, this is what we do.
Listen.
This is what we do on Gridiron.
Dub, this is what I'm trying to tell you. I don't think you're a nasty guy. Top left is a nasty guy type of spot, you know? I think you're more like middle, top right type of guy. Mars needs to have his nasty ass way up there where Mars is. Way up there to the left. I'm talking about, it needs to be a screen within the screen that's top left where Mars needs to be.
Ron, who's your MVP?
My MVP, you know who my MVP is. But I'm not even gonna say Giannis. I'm gonna be realistic. I think it's Joel.
Euro.
Giannis.
Mars.
Giannis would be mine, but it will go to Jokic.
Dub. MIP.
This this is Darius Garland. This isn't his first year, right?
Never.
What do you mean first year?
Nah, Darius Garland. I don't know. Is this his rookie year? No, I can't.
No.
Yeah, Darius Garland. Yeah.
Dell.
I got Darius Garland as well.
Ron.
I mean, I really probably Jordan Poole, but
I agree.
Miles Bridges or Jordan Poole.
Euro.
I like Jordan Poole a lot for this pick, but I'm gonna go Garland as well.
Mars.
Darius better than Trae Young Garland.
I didn't know that Jordan Poole was in G League. I saw someone tweet this. Who knows how much validity this has to it, but G League was potentially on his way out of the NBA and then comes in, takes Clay's spot, and torches. Defensive player of the year, Dub.
Draymond.
Dale.
Marcus Smart.
Ron.
It's nasty, but I'm gonna go. It's not nasty. I'm gonna go with Marcus Smart too.
Euro.
Why is that nasty?
That's what I'm saying. It's not nasty. I'm going with Marcus Smart because everybody try to make it seem like it gotta be a 7-footer to get MVP. No, Marcus Smart.
I mean, they are going to give it to a big.
Mm-hmm.
They are, but like realistically, like guards have to play defense too. Just because they can't block shots, that doesn't mean that they're not an MVP, or that doesn't mean they're not a good defensive player.
Yeah, I'll go with Smart too, because you see how the Celtics turned it up, and a lot of that has to do with defense, and he's their defensive anchor. So,
Marcus
Smart.
Rudy Gobert.
Mars Kiss Smart. Rookie of the year, Dub.
Scotty.
Super chat from AJM. He said, top left Mars when Shaq isn't here to be hilarious. Still got love for Dub, though. The CAZJ takes care fun. Great show, gents. I don't know what that meant. Sorry. That might have been a misspell, but Dell.
Evan Mobley.
Ron.
Jalen Green.
Okay, you're up.
Yo.
I hate that pick.
Yo, Jalen Green.
Put him in
Hate
top
that
left,
pick.
Jay. Because that's crazy.
I'm about to put you off the call.
I said Scotty before. I'll still stick with him.
Mars.
Evan Mobley.
JM Simple donated through the super chat, said, I'm loving all this Jordan Poole appreciation. I'm here for it. All right, playing game recaps. We had the Nets, Cavs. Nets obviously beat the Cavs 115-108. Kyrie 34-12. KD 25-11. Darius Garland dropped in 34 points. I have a question. Are KD and Kyrie the most dangerous duo in the playoffs?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Timberwolves beat the Clippers 109-104. Pat Bev getting his revenge against his former team. He was fined $30,000 for his post-game remarks at the podium on social media about the Los Angeles Clippers. I want to hear your guys' reactions to the post-game's antics.
I thought it was dope. Let it all out. And I'm not that huge on his antics, but a person going through that from a team and just knowing how really get back at them. Didn't get them out the playoffs, but just solidify you guys making the playoffs and how he felt leaving and doing what he did. I think not even warranted. I understood what he was doing and why, basically. So it was cool for me.
I understand it. I thought it was funny as hell with Kyle
Right.
Kuzma and Shaq doing all the "We Are the Champions" and everything. I thought it was hilarious, but I do understand for Minnesota, and me and you was talking about this before, Pat Bev and what that meant to those guys. So I understand all the celebration, but it was funny as hell.
Yeah, it's cool in the moment, but in the grand scheme of things, if they get out early and the Clips get out early, like this means nothing.
But to him, it would still mean something, and that's what the thing is. No matter if they lose the next
I
round,
mean,
whoever they
I'm
play, just
I'm
winning
glad
that
he got
series
his
for
get
him,
back
that-
against the Clips.
Right,
for
that
sure.
moment was genuine, and that's all it was. That, but that
But
moment,
I thought it was a little over the top. I think him barking at the Clips like that, I think that was like legit. But him like crying and like being happy that the Minnesota Timberwolves made it to
sometimes
the
you can't
playoffs,
control your.
I think that's over the top.
I don't think he's crying if they're not playing the Clippers. You see what I'm saying? If they beat somebody
So
else,
it's compounded emotions. Okay, I get that. I
Yeah,
can rock
right.
with that.
yeah.
All right, I can rock with that.
Ron.
You know what's crazy? Remember he said before the season, and we talked about this. He was like, "Oh, we're gonna make the playoffs, and we're gonna do this, this, and this." I remember vividly. We were all laughing. I don't remember exactly what everybody said.
Might have
Y'all
laughed for
feel.
sure. Definitely might have laughed. That's a
Oh
fact. I
no,
agree.
you and
I
Shaq
don't-
had a ball on him for
Probably
about.
did.
And it was
Probably
only like
did.
20 seconds too.
Could have
but-
been longer.
They made it though. They made it.
That's a fact.
It's like in the fact that he doubles down on his words. They make it, and on top of that, to get in, he beats the team that trades him. It's like I agree with his emotions. I actually think it's kind of out of pocket that people are clowning him for. I mean, crying is kind of OD, but I think people are, doing the most by memeing him and doing all that extra stuff. Like he's emotional that his team won. Like you supposed to be happy that your team wins. If we all of a sudden get put on a big network on TV, I don't care if it's Cartoon Network. If we get put on that, I'm gonna be happy. You see what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, you gonna cry.
We are the network, Ron.
Hey, well, if you get what I'm saying, though.
I hear you. Mars?
I mean, he can show his emotions however he wants. I think it was a hard game. He played well. He got a win against his former team. I'm not gonna say how he reacted was over the top or whatever. I think he's justified to do however what he wants as long as he's not like hurting anyone. So he can show his emotions however he feels, and I understand it because when your best player is playing that terribly and you still get a win, you can be as happy as you want.
Percocet donated through the super chat. He said, "You got to have at least 3 players court wins to be top left." JK, Dub, you're my guy.
Shit, the way y'all vote for me, bro.
Bro, but Dub, you might have 3 dubs, don't you? You have at least 2.
Can actually
I got 3.
Right,
I beat
You beat me twice.
that one, and I beat I beat Del twice.
I didn't update the rankings. I think Dub won last time, right?
That's crazy.
I won.
Oh, he
Mars
might
won.
only have 2. Might only have 2, Dub.
Ron beat me one time before.
Cooked you. Didn't beat you. Cooked you.
That was a trash.
I want to talk about Cat's performance in this game because he fouled out early exit. Just want to hear you guys' thoughts about Cat in this play-in game.
He did what I expected, not show up.
You thought he was going to foul out?
I mean, him fouling out helped the team. I just thought he was going to be bad for 48 minutes. He was just bad for 24.
So how do you explain games when he's not terrible?
What in playoff situations? Which
in general, because
you
call him a loser even in regular season.
No, regular season, that's cool. He can put up his 25 and 12, but once the game has
no. Don't say it's cool and then also call him a loser.
I mean, I will call him a loser. He's made the playoffs.
Yeah,
twice. So him in the regular season, his numbers, they're cool, empty stats, whatever. But he makes the playoffs. 5 games against Houston was terrible. Has a chance to play him for the playoffs this time. He's terrible. I mean, I'm starting to see a pattern of Karl Anthony Towns, a big game. He's not that guy.
I like that.
I'm not basing it on him fouling out, a bad game, and I feel like I think he plays well in this playoffs, and I'm not gonna call him a loser this year. Like, even if we talk in the future, I'm like, he's not a loser this year. He was on a team that made the playoffs that many people didn't think was gonna make the playoffs, me, myself included. I'm not gonna call him a loser this year. So if he builds on this year, he'll change the tide. But him just having a bad game or a stupid foul game, I'm not gonna say, oh, it fits a pattern. Like, because honestly, some of those games happen when you get fouled, you get in positions where you think you have to make a play, make it defensive. I don't think it was the moment is too big, let me foul out and sit on the bench type of thing. I just think it just wasn't his night. But I think he got 4 more games left to make it up, 4 to 7 more games left to make it up, and I think he'll play well this playoffs.
All right, Hawks beat the Hornets 123-103. Pels beat the Spurs. So now it's what? Hornets.
Hawks
play the Cavs,
Hawks
play the
play in
Cavs.
Cleveland, and Pels plays in LA.
Got it. All right, current news. Ben Simmons targeting a Game 4 return. Does this impact the series in a good or bad way for the Nets?
I think that's a terrible idea, personally. Trying to implement someone that like huge into the system. It's not like he's a role player who comes in, hits a couple threes. He's someone who you have to like game plan for to fit him into your offensive system. And if you're trying to do that mid-series, I mean, I get if it works out, that's a great adjustment for the Celtics to adjust to, but there's also a way that goes terribly wrong. So I don't think you do it.
Are you saying Ben Simmons shouldn't play a single minute in the playoffs in totality?
I wouldn't. I mean, if the Nets were down like 3-1 in the series or something, and they were like, we just need to roll the dice and try see something if it can work, I could be like, I understand that. But if you're tied 2-2 or or you're up 2-1, I don't see messing up the formula to try fit Ben Simmons in. I don't think that's a good idea.
I think it's with Ben, it's first of all, they probably just tell him, hey, look what Bruce Brown do, except don't shoot the threes. We'll put you in those type of positions. And the formula on offense, I don't think Ben is taking anything away from anyone on offense, to be like wholly honest. Like, he's not taking away from Kyrie. We know he's not going to take away from KD. And it's an extra body. And what I've come to know that if Ben is coming back to play, it ain't going to be on some 65%, 75%. I think he'd be damn near closer. This is what I'm thinking, than to come into the playoffs and wanting to play in the playoff atmosphere right away. Will it help the Nets, an extra body that in his mind feel like he has something to prove? I think so. And it just goes with the Nets, what they've been all year. Who knows? Confusing. Hey, this player's ready, pluck him in here. Hey, James want to leave, let him go here. It'll just be what it is.
I agree, Del, because I think that you're going to benefit extremely on the defensive side of the ball. Also, getting Ben Simmons on the floor to guard their best player, I don't see that hurts them at all. And then Kyrie and KD just run the offense, and Ben Simmons go grab offensive boards.
Right.
Nah, I'm good off that. I don't want Ben Simmons playing a damn minute, like not even one. He sit on the bench and watch KD and Kyrie go to work. I don't want him to mess up anything because I just don't see, and maybe because I haven't seen it, but I just don't see Ben Simmons just standing there just grabbing boards and playing defense. I just don't see that. I see him as a ball handler, and I see him having the ball in his hands, creating things. That's just me. I don't want him in there, and I just don't want him affecting Kyrie and KD, what they got going on right now. Screw the defense. I don't care about the defense. I don't want him to mess up anything that they got going on.
Have you ever seen Ben Simmons play with a playmaker?
How do you think he'll mess it up, though? Just by being there? Just how?
No, it's like what Mars said. Like, now you're adding another ball handler, so now they have to figure out ways on how to play with one another. I don't think that's the time.
He's had zero time with them. Zero. That's the main thing, right?
So now you have to figure out and build and learn how to play off of each other. When in the playoffs, it's not the time to do that for me. Now, y'all want him to just be a big man and play defense?
In a more systematic way. I think the playoff might be easier for him to. Everything is short and everything is more precise. Correct? So it ain't with KD. Honestly, when I think about stuff, I'm not thinking about offensive end with Ben Simmons and KD. I don't think no player, KD could not play with any player, and they could walk in and they won't affect him on the offensive end. I just feel he's just that easy.
And I agree, yes.
So with Kyrie, more so I could understand your point with Kyrie. You know, he likes to dance, whatever the case may be. But like you look at Bruce, if more so he'll affect Kyrie and the players like Bruce Brown a little, but he'll do wonders for Seth Curry. He'll do wonders for Patty Mills. And maybe who knows how Steve Nash, if he finally put a coaching hat on, he'll have him out there with those type of players for like 6-7 minutes. With just
look at what you just said.
Kyrie,
but look at what you said. But look at what you just said. You said if Steve Nash finally puts his coaching hat on, so now you realizing that Steve Nash is probably not good of a coach to figure all of that out.
On Steve Nash, but in the playoffs, I'm not gonna. It's only one thing Steve Nash did last year in the playoffs that got me totally floored. And that was game 7, but I don't want to revisit that. Totally floored. But other than that, in the playoffs last year, everything picked up for the Nets. To be honest, their defense picked up. They didn't look less stupid or just crazy mistake they be making. So I don't know. I think an extra body with Ben. Let's say Ben is healthy, right? They're going against the Bucks. You'll put you in the front, the body up on Giannis or something. That'll help a KD. That'll help. You know what I'm saying? That'll help. Those type of things.
So, like I said, like you guys want him to be just your traditional big man, just out there playing defense. Me personally, I think there's
not traditional big man. No,
not traditional. You guys just want him out there playing defense and doing nothing.
I just want a bigger body that I know can move his feet on the defensive end.
I just don't see that. I just don't see with Ben Simmons there. I just don't see them doing that with Ben Simmons. Me personally, based off of the way he plays, I just don't see them doing that.
Sometimes I read these and I'm wondering if we're getting sacked, but I'll say it. Or first, we already kind of talked about this. Steph Curry practice in full. Looks like he could make a return. Luka expected to miss game 1 versus the Jazz. Damian Lillard admits that he's jealous of how much fun CJ McCollum is having on the Pelicans. I didn't see this anywhere. So please tell me if this is valid or if we're getting sacked. It just sounds weird.
I see
Where
it.
did he say that?
That don't sound like Dame.
It just doesn't sound like him.
No.
Dame has been the victim of false quotes and stuff like that for a minute. So I don't know.
Where is that being reported from? Ball sack? Because that's a fake page.
That's why I'm saying I'm wondering if we're getting sacked. Does anyone know where this came from?
I did see that on Instagram.
It was Sideline Sports. Or if it wasn't Sideline.
Did they get it from Ballsack?
Yes.
They could have got it from Ballsack. But Damian Lillard should be jealous. Because he should be trying to get on the first thing smoking out of Portland. And he should have been trying to do that.
No, I don't think it's that. No, I think the quote in which I read was that he was jealous not because of the situation that CJ was, it's the fact that CJ and him were such close friends. They was really guys, and he's seeing him having fun with other people. That's the quote. That's the quote which I'm seeing it. Yo, my guy is out there having fun playing basketball with other guys, and he's not doing it with me. That's the quote that I read. Maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's not a real quote, but yeah, I'm pretty sure it's not real. There's no way Damian Lillard said that. That's fire.
Said that he's jealous that CJ's playing with other guys besides him.
He wouldn't. I just don't see him saying that.
Maybe it is.
In the chat saying it's fake. So
it is fake.
Yeah,
that's funny.
Yeah, we've gotten sacked a couple times up here. It's heat. Trae Young's the first player to lead the league in points and assists since 1972-73. 2,155 points.
No, we're not gonna do that. No. Hey, Morris. Hi. You look a little tired over there. You ready to go to sleep?
I mean, I'm sleeping on Trae Young. Let's just say that.
About Trae, you don't want to talk that.
No, I'm sleeping on Trae, and I'll continue.
No, it wasn't Darius Garland. It wasn't LaMelo Ball. It wasn't Chris Paul. It wasn't your favorite player in the world. But at the same time, he's trash. And
nobody call him trash.
I just said he's
not a top 10 player in the league or a top 10 point guard in the league.
Yeah, he was at 8 or 9.
That unanimously played.
You have 7 point guards better than him?
He said
I think
10.
it was 7. No, I don't know how many.
You named 10.
I said I think it was 8.
Sugarcoat it.
No, I mean I could put through them again. I don't know how many.
Mars, you know, and you talk basketball very well. There's no way you
I don't know if it was 10 names. I don't know if it was 10.
You said you could maybe fit him in at 10.
Yeah, because I don't know how many names I said, but 8, 9.
There's no way, bro. You got to be adding LeBron as point guard, all this other extra.
I mean,
stuff.
LeBron as a point is definitely better than Trae, but I never said that.
No, I'm just saying you have to be adding that because there's no way 6, 7. Like, come on, bro. He's for sure top 5 point guard in today's.
How is he top 5 over Steph, Luka, Dame, Ja, and Kyrie? That's 5, easy for me.
I'm taking Trae over Ja.
Okay.
Trae over Ja is not that bad.
For me, the best you can say is 6. The best you can say is 6.
How will you debate? Because Ja had this one good year that we all fall in love with, but Trae's been like, he's been killing. He's been hooping. Like, and I have Luka better than Trae, Ja, all that stuff. We always have this, but to easily say, oh yeah, Ja, this 1 year.
Okay, so at best to you, Trae's 5th for you.
At best, Trae Young is top 5. Yes, he's 5. He's 5.
Okay,
I like
and
Steph
for me, I'm saying 6 at best. One difference.
Okay. Just now they said top 8.
Man, you just switching up.
No, I said at best. Did I not just say at best?
I
said no.
You put Jamal Murray.
Let me say what I said. Let me say what I just said.
Yo, this is the craziest turn I've ever heard.
No, let me just say what I just said 10 seconds ago. I said at best, Trae is 6th. But I personally would have him closer to 8 or 9. At best, he's 6. In my opinion.
We're not talking about at best. This is your opinion. What's your opinion?
And I remember, in my opinion, the highest I can rate Trae Young is 6. That's what? Darius Garland, LaMelo Ball. I'm willing to say maybe I'm being a bit crazy with that. Everyone else, the top 5 for me, he's not better.
It's not maybe crazy.
Want to get to this super chat. Corey Douglas,
6 at best.
Corey Douglas donated through the super chat. Love the pod. A lot of hate though. Don't forget. A couple people said there was no shot Tyler wins 6-man and now could possibly be unanimous pick. I forgot about 6-man of the year. We didn't rank 6-man of the year.
He's away. It doesn't matter.
J.R. Smith said many NBA players were burning trees in the bubble.
Fire. I like it.
Oh no.
You
That's
don't like
fine.
it?
I don't
Okay.
see an issue with it.
No,
Yeah,
I was
I just
gonna
want to.
say
Okay, who
something else.
cares? Let's move
What's
on.
the
to this.
rules? What's the rules in Orlando? As long as it's like whatever, I don't care.
I mean, Florida is illegal, I guess, but it's not a legal state, right? Regardless, the league came out, what was it, like last year or 2 years ago, where they will no longer test for marijuana. So you
Right.
can smoke even if it's in a quote unquote not legal state and not get busted for it, even if they do pull your blood.
Of
So
all states, how would Florida make it illegal?
Yeah.
Is it really illegal in Florida?
Well, no. Well, it's
I
a-
don't know.
it's a
Don't quote me on
They
that.
do
Republican
bath
state. I think
salts there.
it's a
I live in a legal
Republican
state. The second I moved to a legal state is when I stopped, caring what state is
Right,
legal and what
right.
not legal, because now I'm
Florida-
straight.
Florida-
Right,
You know?
right.
It's like I just walk in,
Doesn't matter.
let me get that Gorilla Glue number 4, please. So
Hey, Euro gotta be number 4.
gotta be number 4, you know what I mean?
Whoa. How do we delete that, mods, please? Jesus. This is the first season since the NBA ABA merger that neither the Lakers or Spurs made the playoffs. Wow.
It is what it is, man. Time just can't-
Preseason favorites out the playoffs. Crazy.
It happens. Wait, preseason favorites, the Spurs?
The Lakers.
Okay.
Yeah, that's tough.
All
That's
right,
tough.
guys.
Spurs too.
Wow, my bad. I am flustered over here. That just pissed me off.
Yeah, me too. I didn't pay attention to nothing. I'm just reading the chat right now. That's just crazy.
Wait,
bro.
what happened in the chat?
Someone had a very questionable name and donated.
Not
that.
even questionable. That was like, I hope. Yeah. Never mind.
I think it's gone now.
It was racist.
very.
Yes.
Steve.
Extremely.
Yeah, and it was
Oh.
the name. That's why it's like I don't know how to make sure that things like that just can't. Anyway,
Can you repeat it?
No.
not.
JD can't.
I mean, no one should really
What was the
repeat
name?
that.
Here, I'll send it in the group chat, Dale.
Steve Kerr on Jokic. He's like Larry Bird in a 7-foot frame.
I agree. I mean, I've been trying to say Larry Bird would be like a 6'10" Jokic in this game. So Steve Kerr just basically.
Let me
Steve
open
Kerr
the
must have
chat.
listened to me.
I'm
Steve
not
Kerr
mad
must
at
have listened.
I'm not mad at that comparison.
I've always
JD.
seen more Jokic
JD, are you flustered?
than Luka.
Yeah, it just pissed me off.
Yeah, I agree with that comparison too. I think Steve Nash.
Oh,
was right
wow.
on.
Damn.
Yo,
Thanks for the dollar though.
For real. Appreciate the donation.
Yo, Ziplocs.
F it. You want to pay $1 to thanks. You know what I'm saying? Thanks for the dollar. You know what's crazy though, JD?
Yeah.
And whoever is in the chat right now, when y'all all see that, y'all did say the word in y'all mind, and that was gross.
Well, you gotta read. You gotta read it so that you can comprehend it. How else do you do it?
No, I'm just I'm joking.
I know. Ziplocs donated through the super chat. Need your take on favorite center in the league, and then he put ... Steven Adams.
He's better than Cat, and we're gonna see that in the Memphis series.
Oh.
Hey, no, though, because I remember it was in remember Dub, before the season we were doing all the clubhouses and whatnot. I
Yeah.
remember it was one time on Clubhouse.
Mm-hmm.
I mentioned Steven Adams, and you guys laughed me out of Clubhouse. Like, laughed me right out of there.
Wait. What did you say?
I said Steven Adams is a good center.
He is a good
That's
center.
literally all I said was Steven Adams is a good center. I think I said like on a team, I would not mind on a championship team, I wouldn't mind having Steven Adams as my center.
Damn it. Did I laugh at you?
You were leading the charge.
Well, I'm sorry.
Hey, and now all of a sudden, Steven Adams balls out for the Grizzlies, and he did everything I said he would do. People were saying, "Oh, well, he's trash on offense." People were even saying he's not a good rim protector. He doesn't do this. He doesn't do that. He does what he's supposed to do. He plays defense. He rebounds, and he gets the fuck out of Ja's way. That's what he does.
To be fair, if he was doing this in the beginning of the season, Steven Adams didn't have a good start. But he did start picking things up. I guess the chemistry started building around the team, and then he started playing well. So I'm sorry that I laughed at you. I'm sorry that I spearheaded that argument. You can forgive me, brother. If you
sensitive.
forgive me, bro.
Godly
I-
just caught
a
the
lot.
craziest stray I've ever seen. Dejounte Murray's season. Whoo. This is from the NBA and NBA history Instagram account. Dejounte Murray joined Michael Jordan, 1988-89, as the only players in NBA history to average 20-plus points per game, 8-plus rebounds, 8-plus assists, and 2-plus steals in a season.
That's fire.
And he got
Jamal.
I feel like he got
DeJounte.
no praise this season.
Yo, JD, what'd you say? I was too busy reading the godly slander. Godly, I'm not here for this slander either, by the way.
It was a
Godly, I support you. I don't know where that came
it
from.
was a crazy username. Doris Burke, what is going on today? Doris Burke on why she voted Marcus Smart Defensive Player of the Year. Let's see what this says.
Oh, and shout out to Dejounte Murray too, by the way. Seattle legend, and he bought out this year.
And this comes from sideline sources on Instagram. Doris Burke, this is in quotes, "It is a perimeter-based game, and for far too long, we've not given those grinders, the Mikal Bridges, and Marcus Smarts, the due. The amount of space you have to cover, the number of screens you have to run through. It takes physical and emotional stability and endurance. I said I'm going to give the best defensive player on the best defensive team my vote."
She answered her own question. That's exactly why. If it's a perimeter-based league right now, that means the ball is in the hand of the perimeter players, which means that whatever you do on defense gets like it's under the microscope more than it is for the bigs. It's just the nature of the game right now. So if you have all this camera time, everybody's looking at you, you're gonna like it's impossible to stay to keep guys in front of you, especially when you talk about Kyrie and everything and everybody like that.
Hey, I'll try. Hey guys.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, what up? What up?
It's good.
Are you here
He'll
to
be right
debate
back.
Dub?
Hey guys, Daddy will be right back.
Jalen,
All
can you hear
right.
us?
All right, brother.
Fire.
Heat.
So surprise guest from Jalen James. Amazing.
But yeah, you know what I mean? Like it's just gonna be guards are just gonna have to do so much more. You're just gonna have to be a shutdown defender in order for the masses to really, really see you as a great defender. The bigs don't have to do as much as the guards, like Doris Burke says. So with that being said, there's a lot of mistakes that are being shown too. And that right there in people's minds, they're just not going to vote for a guard. It's like I said, they're not going to give it to a guard. I have Marcus Smart too, but they're going to give it to a big.
I mean, I understand, but I wouldn't give it to Marcus Smart personally.
It needs to be the best player, the best defensive player on the best defensive team. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're a midget. I don't care if you're the small forward.
Yo,
I don't care
Ron.
who you are. It's like, bro. All right, I don't care if you're the shortest person on the team. I'm sorry, my bad. You need to get that award. If you're the point guard and you're playing defense on that team, you need to get that award. And it's like, Mars, we was talking earlier. We was talking about point guards that don't play defense. Well, I know one that does. And it's
I mean, it's an impossible award to give too, because you can impact the team defensively without it ever showing up on the box score.
Hey, Mars, is
You know?
that true?
Why am I getting hit
Mars,
with
is
a string? What's
that
going
No,
on?
Mars, I wasn't. I said
No,
Mars.
it's in the chat. It's in the chat.
Oh,
It's
you're
in the
getting
chat.
one now too?
Yeah.
Mars, is that your
Did he?
girl?
You see?
What is going
JD
on?
chill, JD chill.
Wow, hold on, let me screenshot that.
Yeah,
Mars,
screenshot this.
hey,
The thing
how
is,
many
you can't
girls say
even
love
you
to
can't
see,
even
by the
make a
way.
YouTube account this far. So I don't know how this person's doing this.
Wait. How many people did this happen to?
I mean, it's happened to me, Godly, and to the whole black community.
Mars, is that
My
Gerald?
God.
We are getting attacked.
I don't
Cyber
those-
attack.
I don't know where that person got that from.
Mozilla donated through the super chat, said, please discuss that MJ 32, 8 and 8, 88,
Wait a minute,
89
wait a minute.
season one day.
Wait a minute. We got 235 people watching. We only have 97 likes.
That's crazy.
We couldn't even hit 100.
Hey, good
That's-
point,
That's
Dub.
wild.
Hey, make sure you hit that like button and also turn that notification bell on. Tap, tap. Mikal Bridges has not missed a game in his 4 years in the NBA. He's played 331 games out of a possible 331.
That's great. The best
Crazy.
ability is availability, and he's the most available guy in the NBA.
Fire. James
So is he
Harden.
the best player in the NBA?
Yeah, he's up there.
And
man.
And he haven't missed a college game in his career either.
That's heat.
That's
He's
dope.
he's chasing AC Green's record.
Hey, remember, Mikal Bridges, he gonna win more championships than Devin Booker, and I guess it's because he's gonna play longer than him.
I mean, he might. I don't get why that was a bad take. But...
Damn,
Mars, based off of that, do you think Steven Adams is gonna win a couple, or better yet, do you think he should have won a couple already? Because he is one of those, guys that just.
Steven Adams is a guy who I wouldn't be surprised if he ended up with like 2 or 3, just by the virtue of him being picked up on a relatively low deal on good teams, and he just provides that value. So Steven Adams is a good player. He was just older.
Right.
I promise you I don't care about this one, but I'm going to say it. James Harden hasn't had a single 40-point game this season. This hasn't happened since his second year in OKC when he was coming off the bench.
I think it's really wild that he was really doing that off the bench. I think it's crazy that he really hasn't had a 40-point game this year. That's just wild to sell to me.
I think it's wild. He went from averaging 36 to not scoring 40 once. I think that's what's crazy to me.
I agree.
I think this means nothing.
It means nothing to me either.
Because
what?
He could average 32 points and not have a 40-point season. I'm just saying he didn't do that, but it could happen. So this
I get it. I get it.
Talk about. Yeah.
I get it. I just wanted to give it some airtime.
Let's go to this one. Poor Russell Westbrook. I am intrigued. People on Lakers and around the NBA wondered if something was wrong with Russell Westbrook's hands or eyes. Okay. Russell Westbrook.
They just going in for no reason, bro. I mean, maybe not for no reason, but they're going in way too much on Russ.
New super chat.
Yeah, I've seen it. Russell Westbrook has been in a dark corner and doesn't know who to trust or who to believe. Frank Vogel would say anybody who gets the rebound.
What's going on? What's the joke?
Bro,
super chat spitting right now.
Oh, I gotta open the chat again. Hold on.
I appreciate the money.
Oh, man.
Oh my
God.
God.
Henny Dub's booty stink. Nice.
Oh man.
You know what's crazy about all these stupid stuff that's happened now? Whoever did the first one got his job done because now everybody's being gross.
It might be the same
and it's open the door, man. And now we talking about it, and now it's like, oh, this is what I gotta do in order to get some recognition.
Yeah, I guess so. Anyway,
how many emails do you guys have?
No kidding. I don't know what's going on. All right, really quick, let's do some play-in predictions, and then let's get to players' court in our draft. Atlanta Hawks, Cleveland Cavaliers. Dub.
Hawks.
Dale.
Hawks.
Ron.
Yeah, I got the Hawks.
Euro.
Hawks.
Mars.
Cavs.
Pels, Clips. Dub.
Oh man.
Pels and Clips. Pels.
Dale.
Pels and Clippers?
Yep.
Oh, I got the Clips.
Ron.
Clippers got the best player on the floor. Got the Clippers.
Euro.
Clippers.
Mars. Players Court. Let's get it. If you're new to Players Choice, Players Court, we have several rounds. Everyone is
Miles
asked.
Bridges found 50K, Jody.
50K?
For the mouthpiece.
Oh my God. Can we talk about that really quick? If you didn't see it, Miles Bridges got ejected. Did he get 2 technical fouls? I don't even remember why he got ejected. I thought it was technical fouls. Whatever. Gets ejected, walking to go to lockers, and he saw a fan who looked like he was looking across the way at another fan, like going crazy for someone's camera, whatever, and then threw his mouthpiece at him, and it hit a girl. She just caught the stray. He was fined $50K for that.
I mean,
and she might sue.
For real?
I don't think so, but that's how people do. He did come out and say, "This is what I think." He came out, apologized, and said he was totally
immediately
honest.
too.
Yeah.
No, he was totally honest. Said he'll do something nice for her, but even in the apology, he said, "Yeah, I wasn't trying to hit her. I was trying to hit the guy."
Right. That's what I was looking at. Now I liked his apology in terms of like he stood on it. It's like, yo, man, I didn't mean to do that. That's unacceptable. I apologize. Whatever consequences that the league is coming down with, I fully accept that. I was rocking with that, but he said that, yo, man, I meant to hit that guy. I just didn't hit him. And so I hit the little girl. I was like, yo, yeah,
That's
he a
not
wild boy.
bad. I don't think that's bad. He's just being honest. And
I
if
just
he meant to hit somebody else, he meant to hit somebody else.
I just hope that doesn't change the narrative of him completely as him being a menace and all that stuff because of the music that he puts out and everything like that. You know how media be. So
I don't think anybody looks at Mikal as a menace.
Miles.
Oh, Miles, my bad.
You don't think so? You don't think so that he can definitely, like, quote unquote, play that role if people make him play that role?
No
Media, I mean.
I'm not gonna lie, I thought we was talking about Mikal.
Wow. All right.
So never mind.
Players Court, if you're new to Players Choice, I will ask each round, I'll ask a question, and in order, the panelists will give a response. No repeats. At the end of each round, chat. This is where you get involved. You get to vote out a panelist every round. And then when we get to the final two, we get the final question. They get 24 seconds up until the final round to answer each question. Then they get 30 seconds. You have a panic button in the normal rounds. It goes away in the final round. Panic button gives you 15 extra seconds. You can only use it once in the regular rounds. We also got an order from the chat. Ron, Mars, Dell, Euro, Dub is our order today. We have 5 questions. I need 1 through 5 in the chat. Let's get it. Yo, what is going on?
Oh, man.
Crazy. Crazy.
Yo, all right, now I'm looking at these. Yo, come on. Who did these questions?
Don't disrespect the questions.
No, we have questions that are very, like, what?
We're cheating, Dub. We're cheating. What are you doing?
I'm not cheating. I'm looking and I'm seeing the questions. Come on, bro.
All right, I got my number. Ron, we're starting with you. You have 10 seconds to think, 24 seconds to respond. Who has the best case for best legacy in the NBA right now? LeBron is blacklisted.
I got 5 seconds.
What if it was Shaq making all these accounts?
This is so easy. He has a unanimous MVP, most threes ever. He got the rings that he has, the 73-9 team. He still has about 4 or 5 more years to go where he's still, dominating. Steph Curry. Come on, like one of the best dynasties ever. People say that's the best team of all time. They debate that. And he's the best shooter of all time. Like it's easily Steph Curry.
Mars.
I'm gonna say Kevin Durant. For a lot of people, he's the second best player of this era. Some people, for me, he's the third, but I think he's won an MVP, multiple time scoring champion, 4-time scoring champion, 2 titles, 2 finals MVPs, arguably top 10 all time for a lot of people, especially top 15. I think his legacy just speaks for itself and it's only going to continue to grow.
Dell.
I'm going to go Giannis. Giannis being, since Hakeem Olajuwon to have an MVP and a defensive player in the year. In 1 year, him already having a championship, his age, he got a lot of years left with him. I think him having 2 MVP and possibly could get 3 MVPs. So I'll go with Giannis.
Euro.
Who can I choose? Who can I choose? Vote me out, whatever. Who could I choose?
I at least try.
I'll go. No, definitely not Luka. I'll go Embiid for the simple fact that obviously, he's one of the bigs that everybody's looking at right now. People are touting him as one of the MVPs or, potential MVPs. He has a lot of upside and he will win a ring. That's for sure. He will win MVP. That's for sure also. So I think he can definitely make his case for best legacy in the future.
Nikola Jokic. We've never seen somebody to affect the game on all facets of the game. Rebounds, assists, playmaking. Fuck. This legacy thing is bad.
Your answer.
I don't believe that. What the hell, bro? I don't what the frick, bro? Like, come on, vote me out. I don't care, bro. That's
all right. Chat.
It's tough. It's tough.
That was a good one.
No,
Really,
Dub,
I'm with you.
Benny, I think you should just do a vote.
No, definitely not Chris Paul. He's already. It's too late. What do you mean best
Nah,
legacy?
bro.
It's
Legacy.
too late.
He's
Like,
gonna be
legacy-
remembered in the game. He's
Bro,
arguably a top
legacy
5
is
point
like-
guard of all time. That's a legacy.
Jesus Christ, man. That was just
I
terrible.
feel you. I feel you,
It's better
but
than guys like Embiid, in my
Pulls up,
Hey,
chat.
it's
why?
Bro.
Embiid is all potential. Is all what's
yeah,
about to
and
happen.
it's about legacy, not where your legacy is going. It's about
yeah,
what you
it
have
wasn't
right
saying
now.
best legacy.
And Chris Paul's legacy is that he's ringless.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
bro,
top 5
this
point
is
guard of all time.
terrible.
Ringless.
Top
You're the one.
NBA
You're the one that's
top
saying. You're the one
75.
that's saying rings is the only thing that matters.
Yeah, to me, I'm not making the Chris Paul argument.
That's what I'm thinking about.
So why the fuck would you ask me to do Chris Paul if you're not even going to
Because
go
it
with
would
that?
make- it would
See, that's
make
right. This
sense
is
to other
the
people.
this is
Wait,
the
who did you
Washington
pick,
nastiness
bro?
right
It
there.
would
Who
make
did you
sense to
pick,
other
Euro?
people.
I said Embiid.
I think CP made more sense than Embiid.
Hey, you know where you guys really dropped the ball though? Think about it. It's somebody with 2 Finals MVPs. It's not playing right now, but got
Iggy.
2
Kawhi.
MVPs.
Kawhi.
Kawhi.
Y'all
Kawhi
could
got-
Kawhi.
Did anyone say
What
Kevin
legacy
Durant?
does he have?
Yeah, I said KD.
Mars said
Okay.
KD.
Okay.
Dub, what?
What, Kawhi and a legacy?
Yes.
You could have said Russell Westbrook. At least
How
he got
the
the triple doubles.
How the
Yes,
hell does
2
how the
Finals
hell
MVPs.
what does
Nah.
that mean, bro?
Nah, if
All
unless
right.
you have a ring, nah, I don't
He
know,
won.
man.
He
I'd
won.
rather.
He won a
Chat,
ring.
make sure
he
you
won
vote.
a ring on
Make sure
San
you vote.
Antonio. He won a ring on San Antonio where
We got
Kawhi
200
Leonard
people in here,
wasn't
only
Kawhi
53
Leonard.
votes. Come on.
Kawhi Leonard wasn't Kawhi Leonard. So Kawhi Leonard as
He
the
got
first
Finals
option.
MVP.
What the
Dub,
hell?
it's not about what you believe. It's about how you can make the argument. That's all it
Fuck
is.
the argument. I ain't believing that thing one bit. Jokic legacy. I don't. What legacy, bro?
All right, Dub got zapped.
That's tough.
We got Ron
tough.
Mars Del Euro. Dub 1 through 4.
4.
Ron, who's the most underrated coach in the NBA right now?
I'm gonna go with. I'm honestly gonna go with. I'm gonna go with Eric Spoelstra. I don't think a lot of people give him the credit he deserves. Yes, he does have good teams around him, but at the same time, he makes do with those teams. Every year, the Heat has a new influx of player. They have a new roster. They have changes that they make, and Eric Spoelstra manages to continue to make the Heat competitive. So,
Mars.
I'm gonna say.
I think there's a lot of options, but I'm gonna go Nick Nurse. I think what he's doing in Toronto is great. I think what they're trying to do with just having 4 versatile wings on the court at all time, that's going to be revolutionary in the league. They're beating the curve in terms of everyone wants versatility, switch 1 through 5, people who can do everything, and I think Nick Nurse is a key reason for that. And in the playoffs, he's one of the best coaches at making adjustments.
Del.
Oh, bigger staff for the Cavs. I believe this year has been an up and down year, but where they were before injury, being a top 4 team, they influxed the 3-man with the 5-4 and being bigs and bringing big man basketball back there with Jared Allen and Evan Mobley and how they're playing in the playing game. No one had the Cavs. I'll go with the Cavs and bigger staff.
Euro.
I'm gonna go with Taylor Jenkins for the Grizzlies for the simple fact that nobody really talked about them, and now they are. You know, they are second in the West, or at the end of the season, and they got a lot of talent, and it takes a lot to manage all of that. Great coaching.
Fire round. All right, I'm working on. Oh no, I can't add.
I'm surprised nobody said homeboy from Boston.
I thought one of you guys were gonna say him.
I was gonna pick Udoka, but I feel like everybody's just giving him high praise right now. He ain't underrated being how he's doing no more. Like people have Boston being a good team. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
But he's a first-year coach, isn't he?
Yes. Sometimes coaching to me is also based on the players and what you have and what you can work.
Chat, start
to be
typing
honest.
names so that I can make
You
a
know
poll
what I'm
with 2
saying?
people.
And like that's why I view Nash, because I believe talent more so than him fine print is getting them by. But Udoka, you could see them changing stuff during the year in their defense from the second half. You know what I'm saying? And everybody's thinking, like, singing high praises to him. I don't think he's underrated no more. That's why.
Polls up, chat. All 4 are up there. Thank you, Shaq.
Yeah, I don't think Udoka is underrated no more.
So he's properly rated but overhyped.
He's not overhyped at all. They're
Okay.
cooking. Yeah.
All right.
They're cooking. Yeah.
I think we all had solid answers that round.
Yeah,
I mean,
that
there was one I didn't really like, but I'm not.
It was a good round. I liked it. It was a good round. What's everybody doing after the show?
Probably gonna go out drinking.
I'm gonna go see her.
Oh, where's she at? She's out that way?
Seattle. Yeah.
Okay.
That's what's up.
Yeah, it's like my second time seeing her. If you get a chance, she is a beast on the stage, man.
Who?
Who's her?
Her. H.E.R.
The singer.
Yeah.
The singer called
bro, I
her?
thought you were talking about
Yeah.
wifey and you were just saying her.
No,
That's what I
That's
thought.
heat.
She's a singer.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, me and wifey. So we're gonna
Alright.
see her. Yeah.
You and wife are gonna go see her.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds wild.
Yeah, that does sound wild. All right, Euro. All right, Ron's getting zapped out of here.
Yeah, Spo was gross, Ron. Spo
That was the
OD
answer I
gross.
didn't. That was the answer I didn't like.
Yeah,
so.
Spo was gross.
You picked Spoelstra?
it was, but we said like when we talk about top coaches in the league, do we ever put Eric Spoelstra up there?
Yeah, well, I think he's always in there.
Yes.
Yeah, I think he's always a top tier for coaches.
Oh,
for
I
sure.
mean, to me, a lot of people say that Eric Spoelstra is not that good of a coach. I've heard
Oh,
that.
nah, I don't believe that one bit. Spo for sure.
I don't either.
I think Spo is the same type of coach like Doc, where he had a lot of talent, and of course he still has to be a decent coach, but
What?
he's a little bit what?
Don't you dare say overhyped.
No,
Love
not
that
overhyped.
fourth round.
I was gonna say overrated.
No, get out of here, bro.
I don't
Yeah.
think Spo is overrated, bro.
He's not overrated.
I
when
think
you
he's
sit
overrated.
Here, when you
You,
sit
what
here
about
and
Doc?
look
Do you
up-
think Doc is overrated?
Me, no.
Because people
Mm-mm.
already know what he is. The man lost LeBron James. D-Wade got hurt. I mean, D-Wade left. Chris Bosh had blood clots.
I do think Spo is better than
No,
Doc, though.
but Miami has a look like Miami has a decent core of guys though. Like I mean,
And he's a part of that.
yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
he's
What
a
I'm
good
saying,
coach.
Ron,
but,
1, 2, or
but
3?
there's what I'm saying is like he's
let's
always
work.
had guys to work with,
You said one?
As players or the
Yeah.
structure.
players with structure too, because Miami is, y'all talk about the
Structure,
Heat culture
yes.
and Pat Riley and all that stuff.
That's
So yeah,
King structure down there. Miami's ridiculous.
Yeah, it is.
see.
It is.
So
But
I think you
I'm
can
not
plug
gonna
in.
call
I
him
think you
overrated.
can plug in any type of decent coach and get similar results. Is what I'm
Nah,
saying.
bro.
All right,
Oh, I
Mars.
don't
bro.
believe.
Oh,
Nah.
Miami shuffles.
What do you
rosters
what do you
as
think
much as
Udoka
anybody.
would be doing in Miami?
I don't
Just
know.
a question,
I don't know.
hypothetically.
Well, with the type of players they have him having championship rings make it easier for some of the players to buy into whatever he's preaching. Him coaching LeBron James, D-Wade, and Bosh at the pinnacle of their career, I think that helps everything. What he says to Jimmy Butler, Kyle Lowry, and PJ Tucker.
But
So
he also
Udoka-
didn't have two hands on the wheel with them guys.
He definitely did though.
No. Well, there was
Braun
more
went-
hands on the wheel then.
Braun went to Pat Riley and said he wants to go
Yeah.
out of here, and he dubbed
Pat
that.
Riley
He was
said
like,
no.
"Nah, I'm good. No, go back to your coach."
All right, we got
that's big time.
Mars Del Euro. You said one, Ron?
Yeah.
Mars, best NBA city to play for. Best NBA city to play for an NBA player to thrive in. Best NBA city to play for.
Okay, yeah. I'm gonna go with a city that has NBA culture. Miami, I think players they go there. Everyone, you never really see players underperforming in Miami. What Pat Riley has going on under there, it's kind of like an institution. If you either fit in or you're out, to be honest. And the players that go there, they know what it's about. They know what they're getting into, and that's really something they want to thrive. And you look at Jay Crowder, PJ Tucker, Jimmy Butler, guys like that. They really just thrive in that situation, and it leads to winning, even if the talent isn't always at.
Yeah.
The question, I answered the phone call. I'm totally sorry.
Oh, you're good. Best NBA city to play for an NBA player to thrive in.
I'm going with the Golden State Warriors. I believe that the culture over there, it's a welcoming culture, and they have the pieces that makes you feel like you belong. They have the fans behind you, backing you. I think if you fit in that culture, you're loved everywhere, and the type of players they have over there is more welcoming. It's no bash from the fans and things like that. I like the Warriors.
Euro.
Right now, I would like to say the Phoenix Suns. It seems like they're all pulling on the same string, from front office to coaching to players. They've had some success in the past, fell short a little bit, and they're hungry. And the way they're doing is just all-out team effort. So I think you can definitely thrive there. We see that with Mikal Bridges.
Jack, poll me if you're still here, please. Make sure if you're in the chat, you can see the poll vote. Your vote matters in players' court. Who are you zapping?
Your
Mars,
vote matters in
Dell,
players' court.
Euro.
Hey, you muted me?
Yeah, your dog was barking.
Oh, yeah. I feel as if we did this question.
I probably wasn't here. I've never heard that question.
I don't
I
remember.
swear.
There's
doing that
been
question.
a version of the question, like best city to play in, but
Oh,
this was
Or
like
stadium.
best
What was
city
it?
for
Stadium?
a player to thrive in. A little bit different of a question.
I think it's the same.
If you don't see the poll, you're just gonna have to open your chat. If you're on phone, if you're full screened, make sure you can see the chat, and I think it should show up. I don't really know on mobile. On desktop, it's super easy. It just shows up at the top of the chat.
Oh man.
Like Euro's getting the zap. Yeah, this one is a runaway.
That's tough.
Euro.
Euro.
Yo, what did you pick?
I said the Suns for right now.
Why don't you say LA?
Because LA is toxic. I understand where you're going, because what you're trying to say with that is, if it's right, it's right. And then all the, like LA is like the land of opportunity kind of stuff. And, everything is nice, Hollywood and all that stuff. So you could definitely thrive in a setting like that if you are the guy, you know what I mean? But that doesn't apply to everybody. So I would have never chosen them based off of that. But I think that's why you chose Miami.
Yep.
Yeah, see, and I just don't see a lot of like young guys.
I was gonna pick Miami or Memphis, to be honest. I didn't know which one to go with.
All right, we have a familiar finals matchup, Mars and Dell. It seems like one of these two is usually in the finals. Duking it out. All right, we've got Mars first, then Dell, 30 seconds each. Mars, since you're first, you have 10 seconds to think, 30 seconds to respond. Which play-in team has the best chance of making a championship run next year?
This question seems very unfair. Because there's an obvious answer. But I'm gonna go with the Clippers. I think Kawhi and PG both fully healthy for a year. They were favorites when they first got together. Kawhi Leonard, for most, is considered a top 5 player in the NBA. PG is around 10 to 15. Two guys who are versatile defensive wings who can guard 1 through 4 easily, elite scorers, elite shot creators, mixing in with what Ty Lue has going on with guys like Reggie Jackson. All of that together, I think the Clippers can make a very solid run in the West next year and really compete with teams like Golden State, Denver, etc.
Yeah.
Being that he was correct, I'm gonna go with the Cleveland Cavaliers. I like what they was possessing. Being a top 4 seed before everybody got hurt, with all the camaraderie on their belt, and coming back next year with Garland and those guys, I think they can make a run.
Dell, the Nets.
I thought you were gonna say Brooklyn.
Huh?
The Nets.
I thought you were gonna say Brooklyn.
I didn't even think of Brooklyn as a playing team.
Oh man.
I didn't think of the Nets as a playing team.
Yeah.
I know what's crazy.
I think
Mars,
the Clippers would.
I didn't think of the Clippers as a playing team either until you said it.
Oh, I left Brooklyn for you. That's why I went Clippers. I thought you were going to go Brooklyn.
I didn't think of I thought of 2 teams. No, I thought of the Hawks, Cavs, and the Pelicans. That's it.
I didn't think of the Hornets.
And the Hornets, those 4.
The Hornets,
because
the Hornets is really one piece away.
I didn't think of none of those teams because I'm like, I'm thinking of the players they have. I didn't even imagine them being there.
I get it.
Man.
Mars, who'd you choose?
I would have loved for you to pick the Nets just to see how this stood, because Dell got absolutely zapped.
Oh yeah, for sure. I know, but I didn't even think of those type of 2 teams.
I left the Nets so you would make me.
When you said the Clippers, in my mind, I thought, damn, the Clippers was playing. I didn't even think of them. That's crazy at all. That's how high I have them 2 teams.
Hey, I can participate in the draft today.
Euro left?
What? Did he?
Oh no, he took his stuff off.
Oh, okay. All right. Mars, you get to do the order. I'm in this one.
Oh, let me read the categories. I'll go in the order of players court, and then JD just goes in the middle. That makes sense?
Yeah.
So who got? Also the same order.
So we got Ron, Mars, We'll go Dell. I'll go Boom, Euro, Dub. All right, Ron Mars, Dell, JD, Euro, Dub. Ja Wright donated through the super chat. He said, Team Mars, y'all killing it this episode. Thank you, Ja.
Appreciate you.
Ja, that's a bad planet to be on.
Ron, we don't need that. We don't need the we don't need the hating around here, man.
Who won? I muted y'all. My
Mars
fault.
won.
Convincingly. Landslide.
Wow.
He picked the Clippers. They'll pick the Cavs.
What was the question?
Playing team with the best chance of making a championship run next year.
I
And
think
you said
that
Clippers?
Yeah.
Mars said Clippers.
And you won against who?
Cavs.
Dell said the Cavs instead of Brooklyn for a reason.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah.
he forgot.
I still think if Dell put Brooklyn, I think the Clippers still
It
would have been.
it would have been closer.
It would have been closer for sure. I didn't even think of Clippers in Brooklyn, though. That's what's sad about this. I was like, huh? When you said that, I'm like, playing? I thought them 4 bum ass teams. I did. That's what's crazy. My mind just went blank on Brooklyn and Clippers. When you said obvious answer, I'm thinking he's about to pick the Cavs. What's the draft?
Yeah, I got you. 1 sec. Boom. Okay. Should be good. Let me change this. Here we go. All right, we got they're shorthanded if you're looking at this, so they're a little bit longer than actually what is showing on the screen. So we have best NBA shoe, most marketable player right now, NBA player who would make for a great president.
Got the poodle.
NBA player with the most potential to have a better career than LeBron James, and an NBA All-Star caliber player who would struggle in college basketball right now. Ron, we're starting with you.
I'm going to really just grab the low-hanging fruit that's right here. And I'm going to take the best NBA shoe and go ahead and just put that Jordan logo right there.
It's so tough.
Mars.
Do I have to pick in that order, or do I pick whichever one I want?
Whatever one you want.
Oh, NBA player with NBA player with the most potential. Let me get Luka.
To have a better career than LeBron.
Can I change my answer?
No.
No.
Damn. Yeah. Let me get Luka.
Unless you're gonna pick Trae.
That's a good answer. I'm taking it if you're not. Dell.
I'm trying to open the chat, but I can't see the categories.
So best NBA shoe, most marketable player right now, NBA player who would make for a great president, NBA player with the most potential to have a better career than LeBron James, an NBA All-Star caliber player who would struggle in college basketball right now.
Better career than Braun, I'm gonna say Giannis. Just give me that now. I'm gonna say Giannis.
All-Star to struggle in college, since I feel like this was the weakest All-Star, I'm just going with Andrew Wiggins, even though he was a freaking color. Euro.
Oh, it's from this All-Star team.
It says All-Star caliber player, so
he doesn't have to be All-Star, really.
Just someone who's a good NBA player who
potential.
Okay. So now we get to pretend that everyone's an All-Star. All right, Euro. Okay, I see what's going on.
Let me go best NBA shoe, Kobe's, since we're not saying models.
Yeah, that's a great one. I thought I was gonna be there.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm surprised.
I'm gonna get stuck with some nastiness. Dub, back to back for you.
Can I say Julius Randle for All-Star caliber?
He's
made the All-Star game last year.
He ain't no All-Star caliber player.
Second pick.
For best president, LeBron James.
Euro.
I'll go president too, CP3. He's dirty on the low like a politician.
Oh man.
An NBA player as a president.
This fucking guy. What is
Russell Westbrook. Man. Oh boy. Does this have to be? Let me read this again. NBA player who would make for a great president. Is this all time or what?
You know, we
Are you
pick
guys?
whoever.
If you guys are staying in today, I'll stay in today. We can just
I'm
vote
picking
for that.
whoever come to my mind at that time. So take that with a grain of salt.
AJM donated through the super chat. Dez for Prez. Dez Prez is bigger than Ball. I'm just gonna go with Draymond Green. I can't think right now. So Dell.
NBA player president. Give me Steph Curry.
I like that.
Mars.
Well, since we're all going president, give me Malcolm Brogdon.
What?
Malcolm Brogdon for president.
There's another one, another young buck that
Yeah,
you may not think of.
I know who you're thinking.
I know.
That would have been my second choice.
Ron.
Wow.
You talking about the Boston Celtic guy?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
For most marketable player, it's no restrictions on that.
So Steph Curry is technically already taken. There's player names on here that I feel like they can't be repeated, even though it's different categories.
It's never a repeat. Yeah.
So I can't repeat nobody on here for most marketable player.
Nope.
Right.
Wow. Wow. I didn't know this was the route.
And you wasted LeBron on president. Crazy.
Oh my lord.
But that's how we always do it, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't just pick LeBron
I'm
twice.
about to get a steal if this goes back to me.
What the
There's
hell?
a couple. There's a couple, man.
Yeah,
This is not
there's
a
a
hard
few.
category.
Okay.
Please
Let me go.
go elsewhere.
Yeah, I am. You got
Thank
it.
God.
I'm gonna go better career than LeBron. Believe it or not, just because he's young and just because he's talented like that and he's already on a good team, I'm gonna go with Jason Tatum.
And your second pick.
All-star to struggle in college. This is fucking nasty. All of these guys dominated college.
Of course.
But shit. I'm gonna go with Rudy Gobert. He didn't play in college, so let's go with Rudy.
Mars.
Most marketable. Let me get Ja Morant.
No.
Nice.
Fire.
Dell.
Most marketable.
Yo, y'all on here crying, talking about who's gonna have the better career than LeBron. Who's gonna have the better career than LeBron? We're sitting here
It's a question
speculating.
that
None of
there's
these guys
literally
are gonna
no
have a better
correct
career than
answer.
LeBron. Like, come on. I had to pick somebody out of just that's not on the board. I was gonna say Kevin Durant. I can't pick Kevin Durant. I was gonna say Steph. I can't pick Steph. So who else am I gonna pick? I gotta go with Jason Tatum. Like, we're talking about fucking LeBron. Like, who else are we gonna pick?
Pause.
Come on, like, stop. I gotta pick somebody. Now let's see what the other three answers are. Crucify them. I want to see who do that to them. I
God,
wanna see
Ron,
who
are
they
you
do.
okay?
No, I'm not.
Also,
No pause.
Is
Play.
that cold weather?
Play.
Ron acting like Euro out here, man.
Cold weather
Chill.
get to you?
Hey, who do you think inspired me to go on that rant?
I have my pick. Dell, you got best NBA shoe, most marketable player, and all-star to struggle in college.
Damn, Kobe's is gone.
What the fuck?
And most marketable player is today. That one is specific.
Oh, okay. Jeez, these three is tough. I'm thinking the all-star that's struggling in college. All these. No. All-star that's struggling in college. Give me Joker.
Yes. Yes. Give me Kevin Durant for most marketable player, please. Euro.
That's annoying as shit.
Damn, I'm just now realizing that Luka is gone.
Tough. Have my better career than LBJ too, coming back.
I thought KD was going to be there for marketable.
Damn, man.
He was a top 3 on my mind.
Well, I mean, anything that this guy does or his dad does for him gets turned to gold. Commercials, whatever. So I'm gonna go with Melo.
Nice.
It's
a really good pick.
That was gonna be
back to back. It's a really good pick, Euro. God damn.
Damn it, man. Luka. I needed Luka.
I wish I could have taken LaMelo over KD, honestly.
Yeah.
Damn, that's tough. Dub, you have best NBA shoe, most marketable player, and better career than LBJ.
I don't like him. Jesus. Y'all is so nasty. Because I can't pick some of these players.
That's how it works, though.
Yeah. Let me. Oh my God. Come on, bro. Let me go with NBA player with the most potential to have a better career than, I don't even believe it, Kawhi Leonard.
Don't say you don't believe it.
You have another
pick.
You have another
I don't
one.
know who
Best
else to
NBA
pick.
shoe
You
and
think
most
that's a good
marketable.
pick?
I don't think it's a good pick.
No, I
at
think
all.
it's terrible. Yeah, I think it's terrible. But
I
don't
think
say
it's
you
a
don't believe
god
it.
awful pick. It's a terrible pick.
Most marketable player and NBA player for president. Or sorry, best NBA shoe.
Most marketable Kyrie. No matter what, marketability doesn't have to be good or bad.
The shoes are gonna be shit now because all these players' shoes are
Shit,
gone.
I meant to say Kyrie for shoes. No. Can I
Euro.
switch it to shoes? Can I
Euro.
switch it to shoes?
Well, the shoes could get picked again.
No, they
Like,
can't.
No.
No,
Kyrie's
I'm saying, like, if he said Kyrie for marketable, someone could say best shoe Kyrie shoes.
Can't though because he's gone. You have to say something else, which I'm gonna get nasty, but better.
Oh, that's a weird one.
It's tough. It's tough. Better
hate
career
this
than
press.
LeBron, Euro, or better career than LeBron and All-Star to struggle in college.
That's tough. Giannis is gone. Jokic gone. I will say all-star caliber player, right?
All-Star caliber player who you
This
think
is
would
going to be
struggle.
nasty.
Oh, I see. I thought it was whoever made the All-Star this year. That's gross.
No. Just, it could be, I'm going to go Jalen Green. I don't think his game, I think he has a pro level type of game. I don't think that translates to a smaller court like that in the structure that college teams usually run. So,
Oh, okay. I didn't know you could get that nasty.
That's super nasty. I don't believe it, but it's like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't necessarily believe that, but he has the potential.
No, the All-Star this year.
I don't know. I mean, I'm not mad at it. I just don't.
I'm taking Nikes for best NBA shoe.
That's way nastier.
No, that's a great pick. Nike, just put Nike.
Exactly. Dallas on you.
That's hold on. Kobe's on Nike though.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
So you take all Nikes off the board? That's crazy.
I'm just picking Nike.
Put Adidas, JD.
I don't even know. I don't even know what's left.
Here's the thing: you can still pick a specific player that's under that. You just can't take all of Adidas and all of Nike, but you could take like the Kobe's.
Right.
It's fire.
Let me see.
Olympic rings, by the way.
The Nike and then Adidas. It's so fire.
Zion has some nice shoes, and now someone can't pick him for marketable. So I'll just go Zion.
Wait, hold on. Did you say Zion has nice shoes?
I don't know, but I know he has shoes, and
I'm
someone
calling
can't
them the
take it. They're marketable.
Zions. Ron, most marketable player and NBA player for president.
Most marketable player. I mean, I'm gonna go with my boy Trae Young. Most points, most assists.
NBA player for president.
NBA player for president. I'm gonna go with a dude that's extremely loyal. He gonna ride for his country. He not gonna, say crazy things. He gonna be a level-headed dude. Give me Damian Lillard.
That's a good pick.
Thought you were gonna pick Ennis.
Me too.
Freedom Cantor.
Me too. When he said ride for country, I thought you was going freedom as well.
Mars, all-star to struggle in college.
Jesus.
All-star caliber, which I didn't know. I think I should change my pick because JD said all-star this year. Grossed me out.
Okay, if we're going all-star caliber,
That's a good pick, Dale.
Tobias Harris.
Nah, I think Jokic would dominate college.
I'll say Tobias Harris if that's all-star
If he plays
caliber.
for like a team like Wisconsin or something like that.
I think he plays wherever.
Yeah,
I just thought I thought it had to be based on the all-star because when he picked Wiggins, he said that little spiel.
Yeah.
Dell, most marketable player.
Give me Anthony Edwards.
No, that was my LeBron. Oh, way. Hey.
Yeah, JD, we messed up by leaving that to last. You know what I mean? Like as the last pick.
I was like, no way he gets picked. And now that he's not in the better career than LBJ, I'm like, who's gonna pick him for anything else?
Yo, the last two categories is nasty though. The better than LBJ. None of these guys are gonna be better than LeBron. So it's kind of like
not. But
you don't know what Luke is gonna do, man.
It's
Luka
not.
actually
He's not gonna be better than LeBron.
Given time, 5 rings in the next 10 years. We'll see.
Giannis was the only acceptable one.
Yeah, and then it's like the all-star to struggle in college. All of these guys dominated college, so it's like they're not gonna struggle in college.
Yeah, I hated that question.
Who came up with these?
Oh my God.
It wasn't me.
I think it was Shaquille. Shaquille, if you're watching, you're a bozo.
That was unnecessary.
Are you saying he's Bozo Man Senior?
Shit.
The original.
If he's calling everyone bozo, I mean, never mind. I ain't gonna go there.
I can't.
All right, I'm gonna go with.
Missed this show after Bozo Man did that.
I'm going with Devin Booker. He's not on here, right?
Damn, man. I really messed up by leaving that for my last pick.
That pissed me off. Anthony Edwards was coming home.
Well, I guess I'll go with Embiid. Well, has he been picked?
I don't think so.
All
All right, Dub. Best NBA shoe.
Paul George.
Great shoe. Amazing shoe.
All right, chat. Who won?
What you playing in right now, Dale?
Kyrie's. Kyrie's.
The new ones?
Yeah, no, the one before this one. I got Kyrie's, Paul George, and keep my Adidas Pro models that I just work around with.
I pout, then I'm out. Yo, Shaq.
Adidas Pro models was that shoe back in the day, man.
Shaq's tight that we
play in is some. I think it's PG3s, bro. It's ridiculous.
Shaq's tight that you guys let Nike and Adidas slide.
So who cares?
That's what I'm saying.
He didn't say nothing to Bozo Man for calling him out, saying he would cook him. He want to talk about we let stuff slide.
Yeah, I mean that was just Bozo
on the
Man.
low, I
being
got
Bozo
some money
Man.
on Bozo Man.
Yeah.
No, you don't.
Definitely
Well, what's
don't.
his real name? I want to know if he played for real.
Yeah, right. He was talking crazy.
He was talking big, and I'm mad that he didn't say my name, because then I would have created a TikTok and add him.
Just looking for
all the people he named. I couldn't believe Shaq was out there, bro. I couldn't believe he had my boy up there.
Fire.
Damn, send him the Switch Culture thing.
Oh man, what a show! A Shaqless show. We can all leave without headaches.
Who won the draft?
I don't know. I didn't see chat really saying who won.
That draft.
Put a poll up.
That draft was.
Jack,
What?
put a poll up. Simple just keeps saying that I won. He's the only person who's responded.
Apex?
I am so addicted. It's bad.
I'm not gonna lie, bro.
What's Apex?
It's some game that Jay started playing, and I forgot how fun it was, and I might hop back on it.
It's so fire.
And I'm out. I'm out on that pause.
Final words.
Love is love. That was crazy, Doug. You about to hop up on it. That's whoa.
What's wrong with it?
Euro.
What's up?
Final words.
That man about to go check out her with the wife. Hey.
Fire. Mars.
See you guys in the Discord.
W.
If y'all in Jersey, pop out. I'll be out.
Ron.
Bucks and 6.
Yo, thank you all for tapping in live. Spotify and Apple listeners, as always, we appreciate y'all downloading the show and listening, putting Player's Choice in your ears. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, do all the things, and we will catch you next episode. Have a great